And welcome back. So, last time we left off, the goats had successfully thwarted a spider assault on the Citadel as the early skirmishes of the siege began. Despite the spiders' best efforts to fundamentally undermine the southern wall, you managed to defeat them relatively quickly enough that the wall held. You had made the choice to defend the wall, which meant a number of the siege engines, specifically the trebuchets and ballista, had been badly damaged in a Vrock attack that the other members of the guild had defended. In the quiet aftermath of the skirmishes, a few of you set about trying to repair the damages that had been done. Balthazar, Nyah repaired one of the trebuchets to some sort of serviceable standard, and Thrungi used some dwarven stonecraft to largely do a hot fix on the southern wall such that it wouldn't crumble under its own weight at any point. You also came across Sedana, the demon hunter you befriended back in the desert many months ago at this point, who had arrived in aid to the defense of the Citadel and seemed very eager to be facing down the demons that were across the river. Speaking of which, Faendal used his spellcraft to take a spy on the assembled hordes out in the darkness, and launched a retaliatory fireball into their midst, catching one of the necromancers that you had come across in the blast. Then, out of the darkness, it lifting slightly to show his face, Zenedis made his presence known, lowering his brand new sphere that he had gathered from the shattered teeth, without your aid, for once, into the flowing river, causing it to freeze solid, granting his army passage to the Citadel. And with the sound of 1,000 footsteps, the real siege began. The darkness takes back over where Zenedis was standing, and all you can hear initially is just hundreds and hundreds of bony footsteps crushing onto ice as they march towards you. Is there anything any of you would like to do?
Start taking pot shots.
Sure.
How wide does the ice look?
How wide, as in bank to bank?
No, it's obviously bank to bank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, okay, different way. How long is it?
So how upriver it goes? At least as far into the darkness as you can see.
Okay.
And all the way to the waterfalls.
Yeah.
I will call down a lector so that I can ride.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is it all?
So the opposite bank is a couple of 100 feet, more than that. Yeah, like high hundreds feet. It's the opening of the river onto the waterfall, so it opens up quite wide. So there's a little bit of time before they're in siege range, or your trebuchet range, I should say. So currently, Videlis is holding fire.
Thrungi walks across to the battlements. Do we see any range markers?
What do you mean to be specific? Just so I understand.
So, with artillery or being in this situation, they may well have test fired or put markers for ranges in the ground in preparation for things.
it's hard to put something in the ground when you're in a river. Would be my answer to that. But logically, they do have retractable bridges, so there are. Yeah, I'd say there's a couple. There's one that shows estimated maximum range of the trebuchets, and then another that shows estimated maximum range of the ballista.
Okay. Does it show? Okay. Would Thrungi know the difference in range between the two?
I would say, roll me an intelligence check. See how au fait you are with the siege weaponry.
Not great. 12.
12. It's sorry, I do have my notes on this. Tell you what, to be honest, I will re-clarify. The trebuchets would definitely be in range regardless, but it's their comfortable range, essentially.
Okay, fine. Then ignore my question. That was the reason for my question.
Yeah.
So the range markers they've got are in quotes when they're not at long range, so disadvantage.
Mechanically, yes.
Okay.
And considering a siege where you've only got a limited amount of resources, it's.
So Thrungi's just going to stay at the wall and just call out that he's going to act as a spotter to try and help any, because obviously with ballistae and stuff like that, you're kind of arcing, so you can't shoot directly.
Okay.
So he's going to act as a cooler to help them shoot.
Okay. Anyone else?
Still don't have any siege weapons visible. Just foot soldiers and monstrosities.
Pretty much, from what you've seen.
And the darkness doesn't cover them all, right? It's like centered around Zenedis, or is it just
No, so
everywhere?
the darkness is more centered on the Citadel, based on its rough orbit. There is almost like a dome of darkness that's encompassed the Citadel.
Just as Zenedis can like manipulate it around himself, so he can hide himself when need be. Yeah.
How about a bear? I think they've got like keen hearing because they're a bear. I can double check that. Rambear guesstimate how far away things are based on this.
What are you estimating how far away?
The closest like foot soldiers.
Closest foot soldiers. I mean, roughly. As I say, as they are getting closer, and they're now starting, as you've started organising all this, the first few are starting to step beyond the darkness into the visible night light, essentially, that you have. You're probably guessing 400 odd feet away.
Ready in action. Oh, when they reach away.
How many feet, sorry?
100.
100 feet. Okay, that will be very close to the walls.
We're very close to the walls. Upsettingly close, but it is what it is.
Okay.
I don't have keen hearing, I have keen smell. Can I smell how far
They are loud enough that it doesn't really matter at this point. As they continue to get closer, they eventually pass the first range markers marking the trebuchet's accurate range. And you hear Videlis, who's standing relatively close to you, Thrungi, as kind of commanding place on the wall. He just yells, "Loose! Break them upon the ice!" And you just see 3 trebuchets just suddenly unspool their ropes, and they just start... and large hunks of rock go flying across the air into the darkness. You briefly they seem to disappear into the darkness before they smash into the ice, denting cracks in, but the ice holds firm, taking out dozens of skeletons with them. One of the stones clashes straight into a giant skeleton, breaking its ribcage in pieces, and it scatters onto the floor. Then, Faendal, you notice that you see those bones of the giant beginning to reform together, and in the darkness you can spot the Halliwell twins.
Them bastard twins are still there.
They are
They're
buffeted.
peeling the...
They're buffeted by a foul wind, and you can see streaks of black and green kind of reaching out to various forms of bones that have broken upon the ice, trying to knit them back together.
They're keeping the army alive. Like, we're not going to be able to do much damage with them still. With them alive. Focus fire on them. Are they in range of the rangefinders?
They would be beyond the rangefinder, but still technically within range of trebuchets if you wanted to try and convince someone.
Yeah, they're... We need to get them twins first. I know it's a bit out of the accurate range of the trebuchets, but you need to focus fire on them, or else the trebuchet damage means nothing.
You see one crew kind of take notice of what you're saying and begin to pivot the trebuchet, but it will take some time. You are aware that they're not able to reanimate everything. It's not just a sweeping thing of something dies, it comes back up. It's they're working with what they have, kind of thing. Just so you know. It's not pointless, essentially.
It makes our job a lot harder then. Right?
Yeah. I just want to make sure you knew that. Cause...
Still making pot shots.
Yeah, I assume you're using cantrips rather than spells.
Yeah, elemental bolt. It's still probably not in range.
Because every so often the skeleton freezes and then decays in acid.
240 feet, so they're not the most accurate, but...
Anyone else?
You could try flying down there.
How far away are they?
They are encroaching to about 300 feet now. Well, closer than 300 feet, sorry. Yeah, how was it filmed that? About 250, 200 feet.
Oh, I'm hitting them perfectly accurate then. Every single one of mine, well, not perfectly accurate, but...
Okay, I'll start flying towards them, keeping like, high enough that no one's gonna touch me for now.
Okay.
Gain ready to dive ball.
Yeah.
Okay. As Nyah heads out alone.
That's never
Can I
good.
let two hold? Can they let two hold more than one person?
In theory, possibly carry one other person.
Probably not the dragon,
Oh, not
or
a
the
bear.
bear, or the massive.
Probably not any of you. Maybe Faendal.
Carry me,
No,
but
you're
I
not-
am
You're not a pudgy
refusing to,
wizard.
refusing to get on a horse. When I have a
That'd be
nice
cool,
dip at the wall. No, my horse heart belongs to Stefan. No other horse will
Nyah,
ever do.
can you roll me a perception check? And I'll say Rambear can as well.
14.
14.
Easy for me.
It is.
Guys, my dice are away.
It's a pure 14.
The left one. One better.
Intelligent creature. Can you sword roll one? The big questions. Can your sword do
Bailey
stuff?
saw that sword only got blind sight out to like 60 feet or something like that.
But that's really good.
Sorry, repeat
22.
that. 22.
Can her horse do a perception is what Sarah's asking.
Sure, why not?
Wait, what was it again? It was 20 plus. Was it 20 plus 8?
I think it was plus 5.
Not plus 8.
No.
For your horse, plus 3 in it. It's got 16 wisdom.
I thought it was plus 5.
Well, no, it's plus 5 because it's proficient. It's plus
Oh.
2.
Weirdly proficient.
Never mind, it rolled really badly. It's busy flapping its wings.
It's busy, kind of. As I was about to say, you like are banking, and you see that some of these skeletons, including one of the giants, have bows, and the giant's one is essentially a ballista turned vertical. That begin to take pot shots at you, but you said you're flying quite high, and so it's like the standard bows just don't reach you. But
No.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The giants. You see the giants one coming, and it's slow enough that on the draw that you're able to bank away and not take the front. But you are aware that the ballistas have now started firing, and are just embedding into these giant skeletons. And like you see, one of them's got like 4 ballista bolts just like trapped in its rib cage, and it's just powering forwards with a giant great axe in hand.
I start focusing my magic bolts on them giants as well.
Cool. Yeah, you can start whittling away on them. Rambear, yours was a 22? Above 20 anyway. You are, again, a few of you are acting as spotters at this point. You are seeing that the siege weapons being unleashed are slowing their advance down, but it is not halting their advance. You are also aware that despite Faendal's previous assertion that there are demons present in this gathered force, there are no demons advancing on the wall. It is purely a tide of undead, seemingly taking the brunt of all the defenses have to offer. At that point, Thrungi, with you pointing out where the twins are, the trebuchet that you've been directing is spooled up again properly, and you see the stone arc, and it is perfectly on target towards them before it crashes against an invisible barrier standing in front of them.
If we're gonna kill them, we need to get up close.
That's not really the aim of a siege.
Way ahead of you.
Generally speaking, when you're in a siege, you don't really charge out on horseback and beat your enemies.
Sometimes you do. Although, frankly, nobody should ever be charging about on a horse.
Rude.
Don't think you can hear him at this point.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, maybe, I wouldn't enjoy it. Maybe if we can get Nyah to come back, and I get on with her, we can fly over and dispel whatever force field is protecting them. Pew pew, pew pew. But I don't know. I don't know what.
It's you or the Dragonborn who can do it.
Yeah.
Can the bear fly one of you and Nyah fly the other?
Bear could. Bear could also summon creatures to fly us around. That takes the bear out of combat completely. Bear has some cool spells.
I would like to preserve some of my spells rather than waste them all against undead. Burnt a lot in that last fight.
If we can take out even one of that pair, it will make it, when we have to fight the main guy, a lot easier.
Yeah. But yeah, if one of us can get flown out there, we can maybe try and dispel the force field around them.
Okay. This means that. Oh. Forget about a lot of things because I can't lose concentration if I summon creatures. I also can't be more than 60 feet away from them.
Okay.
So,
That's
I
fine.
gotta be protected.
We'll get Nyah back. We'll get Nyah back. We'll bring Nyah back. And then somehow. Shout?
We've got spells. We can just. I'm Druid
You
crafting
think-
like some petals floating in the air, spelling out, Nyah, get back here.
Oh, message is only 120 feet.
Do you?
A, does someone have message?
I have message, but it's only 120 feet.
B, Nyah, would you have gone more than 120 feet out?
I've been flying non-stop since I left.
Oh, have you just been beelining
Straight.
straight out? Or have you been banking
Hitting
and
us.
like taking views in?
I've been banking to like avoid like
But
being
you're
shot.
trying to get as far out as possible.
But I'm being like my aim is to get to the twins, so I've just been heading towards
Okay.
them.
In that case, you're gonna have a few more shots sent at you.
If you wanted to hop on, you maybe should have said before I left.
Should have announced before you left.
That one hit. What is Electo's armor class?
That is a good
She's got
question.
mounted combatant.
I've got mountain combatant, so I can make them attack
You have
me
to attack
instead.
her, I think.
I think I can choose.
So I know what mounted combatant does. Double check. You've got your character sheet
Yeah, I think it's I can choose.
features.
You can force an attack targeted at your mount to target yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just have everyone target me. I don't want
Yeah.
my horse to get hurt.
Select the
No,
character.
if you die.
Okay.
I died if the horse lives on.
A bunch of these like U-sized arrows come flying past you, but with your skill as a mounted combatant, you manage to like weave out the way of all of them. This is because you're staying high. If you begin to drop for whatever reason, it becomes a lot harder to avoid them. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But Nyah is heading out there. At that point, Balthazar, what have you been doing?
I've kind of been waiting, spotting, I guess.
Cool.
None of my spells are any use until I'm within 60 feet, so...
You spot, like, there's a few other mages on this wall who are throwing out stuff like lightning bolts that have got a decent range on them. You spot, almost like at the center of this advancing horde, a collection somewhere, it's hard to exactly tell, somewhere between 6 to 10 giants kind of clumped together, all wielding brutally, like, thick great axes. Dozens of other skeletons kind of rampaging around their feet as they head, head towards the walls. But you notice that a few lightning bolts and like fireballs and that kind of stuff that have been thrown their way seem to be almost glancing off. Like,
right.
Something that looks like it's a sure hit is just slightly curving. And these are somewhat protected. Roll me an insight check.
18?
18. You kind of take in their assumption, like, this horde is getting dangerously close now, to the point of, like, Rambear's hell spell is probably about to go off, or preparing to go off. There is huge amounts of skeletons heading towards the southern side of the wall that you're at, where a number of ballistas seem to have been held quite well. But this group in particular seems to be making a beeline towards the gatehouse.
Okay. I'll call that out to whoever's around me. I don't know, the trebuchet and ballista operators nearby.
Sure. They start repositioning. You then hear Rambear, a shout from the southern side, roughly where Balthazar had noticed. It wasn't in range with you because you're more central. You hear shouts of, "They've made the wall!" And you peer over the side. Can you roll me a perception check? I'll say also Thrungi can, because he's also been keeping watch.
That is a 21.
17 for Thrungi. You kind of lean over the wall and you see that a bunch of skeletons, varying sizes, some seem quite large, not necessarily giant size, some seem quite normal sized, have made the bottom of the wall. Only a handful at this point, but you can see them start to climb on top of each other and start to form almost a ramp or a ladder of ossified bone towards
Is this within
the wall.
100 feet of Rambear?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And this is not where the
This is
This
down.
is the group that Balthazar saw.
This is different from the group that Balthazar saw.
Could Rambear hear what Balthazar was saying?
I'd say so. You're all still pretty clumped together for purposes.
Rambear's gonna go towards the group that Balthazar saw. I assume are also almost within 100 feet.
Pretty close, yeah.
Pretty close. Don't need to be exactly within 100 feet.
It's hand wavy at this point. I'm allowing some leeway.
What does it seem to consist of?
From your perception, it is a plethora of humanoid-like skeletons, and then behind which is this nearly a dozen giant skeletons with huge axes.
That's just like, sorry, sort of that group just seems to be moving a lot faster than the rest, like
So
really
the
more
group that-
purposefully.
Not particularly. They're not like running any more than anyone else. This is just a group that Balthazar noticed because spells seem to not be affecting them as much. At that point, you see a trebuchet get launched into one of the giants, and it like breaks out the shoulder, and like it loses half of its form, but it like starts dragging the great axe behind it, and still like stepping forwards towards the gate as ballistas start crashing into the other ones and taking out skeletons below.
Have I cast reverse gravity?
Sure.
Need to read it.
Can you get it to warn people?
Hold on. Let me just.
I don't.
You should
Are
check.
any of the foot soldiers down there? It doesn't sound like it, right?
No.
Boss.
Is it only
Because I say I'm being hand wavy, but I also want to just make sure of something as well, because ranges still matter to an extent.
Yeah. Well, been a mistake, but. You know what? Change that to moonbeam.
I was going to say they're probably
So much,
more.
but-
They're probably more like 200 feet away now that I checked
in that
stuff.
case, that's-
So that's on me for not having my own maps in my head. So still you can still be holding that rather than.
We'll still be holding that.
Thrungi, with your perception check, that's when you notice, you almost hear it before you see it, as coming from above, having flown out of vision in the darkness, a swarm of rocks appear, higher than the blisters can aim at, as they descend over the wall and begin to head towards, not the siege weapons, no one of the defenders on the wall, but dive bomb towards the central courtyard, where Guildmaster Souther and a handful of clerics have been maintaining the protective ward about the Citadel.
Thrungi will just yell, "Take cover," at them.
Yeah, they notice. You don't see them make active effort. They'll take cover in terms of they're prepared, they're not surprised, but they're also actively maintaining this spell. Above the table element at this point, you have three things. You have a concerted force heading towards the gatehouse, you have a horde of skeletons trying to climb the wall, and you have rocks attacking central spell. A, decision needs to be made. B, who are you telling about all of these? You can answer those as B, A first if you want. If you want someone like Vidalis' opinion as commander of the Citadel right now.
Yes, let's get Vidalis. I don't know, I'm on the edge just shooting things. I've not been aware of most of this.
Yeah, it's Rambear, Thrungi, and Balthazar who are aware of what's going on.
Watching.
I'm gonna say Nyah's miles out.
Yeah,
Hang on.
wait, while I'm flying, can I use an action to poke my blade in the misty poison
Yes,
swirly thingies?
perfectly fine. Just
Good,
emanating
try that.
mist begins to pour out of your scabbard. Well, it's possibly
Thrungi
your hand
can
as well.
go. Thrungi's just going to ask, "Where do you need us most?"
I was going to say, none of you have informed Vidalis of what.
I
Vidalis is
think we
aware
need
of
to tell him first.
Vidalis is aware of the skeletons.
Okay, Thrungi will point out the fact that the central thing is being bombarded by siege weapons of some kind, and that there is currently a strong force heading towards the gatehouse.
Oh, the central thing's not being siege weapons, it's rocks, those vulture demons.
Oh, rocks. Sorry, I heard rocks.
That's fair. It's basically the same thing with a V in front. Yeah, the vulture demons.
Do any of them look like it is something that two of us can handle at a push?
You could maybe handle the rocks as two people. Unclear on the skeleton thing. That depends on multiple assets. The concerted force heading towards the gatehouse. No.
That's fine.
That is Thrungi's dream come true in terms of it's a death wish.
Yes, no. I didn't think that the gatehouse would be something that two of us could handle. But Thrungi would try and use a tactical eye.
Yeah.
And know that Nyah is out of reach. I was
going to say this is where talking to Fidelis about it comes in.
So he'll go to Fidelis, tell him the tactical situation, and tell him that in his eyes, Thrungi and maybe Balthazar, he thinks could handle the courtyard, while Rambear and Faendal handle the skeleton stack. But he'll need to put as many people on the gatehouse as he can spare until they're free to come help.
Okay. Fidelis listens to that. He's also like constantly peering out. And while you're saying that, that is when Sedana turns up in the conversation. You see her camera like dripping poison at this point. She walks up and just goes, "Leave the demons to me," and literally jumps off the wall.
She's so cool.
Down into the courtyard.
Yeah. You know she's a demon hunter. She is. You also know that's still quite a lot of demons.
Are they within 60 feet?
The demons?
Yeah.
Not within 60. The courtyard's quite big, but you could get
Damn.
within 100 quite easily.
I could just start spamming Ray of Frost. Oh no, that's 60 feet. Yeah, I'm still too short ranged.
At that point, tell you what, let me roll a history check. Yeah, with that roll. Fidelis turns to you, just goes, "If I remember correctly, you lot are pretty good at holding a gate. There's no bridge for you to destroy this time."
Well then, I guess I'm going over the wall. And Thrungi just starts legging it.
We'll push what we can back on the wall. See you back later. And Fidelis picks up his weapons, points out a couple of other martial-looking types rather than spellcasters, leaving them to that, and heads towards the southern wall to defend that. Not the southern part of the eastern wall, you know what I mean.
Thrungi yells to those who are within earshot, he's heading for the gatehouse, follow me. And if you can try and get the blonde-haired...
Nyah.
Thrungi can't think of an appropriate insult at this moment for what she's doing.
Horse girl.
Pegasus girl.
Oh, it all said to get the twins.
To be fair, I did just think of an insult, but it could come off the wrong way, so I'm not going to use it.
Look, she's doing her own thing. She's got a divine mission, you know?
And Thrungi is going to make a beeline for the gatehouse. He is not, I repeat, not heading towards the gate yet.
I will be clear. You don't need to open the big gate. There is obviously, it is a well-designed siege. There is a sally port if you want to use it.
Thrungi is going to go to the top of the gatehouse first.
Okay.
Are we all going? Someone
Yeah,
inform
I'll
Faendal.
follow. I'll follow
Someone
him.
inform
Yeah,
Faendal, because Faendal's just been shooting.
Yeah, Thrungi yells.
He's going to snap it to the rifle. And just... Alright,
Yes, Thrungi yells at you as well, Faendal.
on my way. As long as I get to stay on top of a wall.
Yeah, that's
As
my
long as
thought
you
as
can
well.
reach the bottom from the top of it, yeah.
Yeah, how tall are these walls on the outside? You're
You-
muted.
Thank you. The walls are probably about 60 foot tall.
Okay. So if I have a 60-foot range spell, I can hit people on the ground.
You can hit people right at the bottom of it.
That's close enough.
Close
He
enough for
leans
them.
though.
You're a monk, right? You just like stand on the wall. Just like walk halfway down the wall or something.
I can do that.
Just
I'd jump off, I'd be fine, but
attach yourself to a bit of rope. Attach the other bit of rope to one of the buttresses of the wall.
yeah, just hang
and then
myself
just,
like 15 feet down.
Yeah, and then just like run back and forth to get range.
If you fall, you're not gonna- like you're a monk. You just
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
You got feather fall, haven't you? As a monk.
Yeah, I think so.
now.
I think it's still falling.
Yeah, he does by now.
I've got 240 foot range, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I can reduce any fall damage by 25.
How much range?
Yeah. So we're heading towards. We're all heading to the gatehouse, so the moor's taken care of. So Dana's doing the rock thing on her own. Sure.
She said she can handle it.
Nyah
I
told
guess.
us. Did Nyah tell us Sedana was seeming?
Don't think so.
No.
So we trust her.
We trust her. It's
Can you
future wife.
imagine how joined the demons?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the first person who's disguised as someone else. I mean, I'm the only one who knew that the Rakshasa was disguised.
I realised something. Sedana didn't comment on my new hair. And that's not
That's suspicious.
That's more me, I will be honest. I keep forgetting you're a horrifying thing to look at right now.
Yeah, I'm flying, I'm like, no, it's my hairstyle. Like a whole different colour. She doesn't like me.
Alright, so we're heading towards the gatehouse.
Yep.
Okay, heading towards the gatehouse.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, what else do you want from us?
How close
For
are we to
now,
the gatehouse?
We're at the gatehouse.
You're standing above the gatehouse, or are you behind it? As in,
Above
above.
the gatehouse
you're,
on the
you're
wall.
above the gatehouse. Okay. This close, you can now tell that a lot of the skeletons that were not giant-sized in this group are minotaurs, wearing armor and wielding weapons that look pretty well maintained. Amongst a lot of other things approaching.
Rambear reverse gravity now.
Uh,
Within 100 feet now. Yep.
Assuming you're on the
100.
wall. I mean, if you go to Albert Rodeo,
Oh, is it? Oh lord.
Oh.
they are not yet within 100 feet.
Oh, rodeo.
Oh, that's...
We'll be clear, this is just what's in front of you right now. There is more off the map.
Cool.
And you are standing on the far right-hand side, just behind where all the torches are.
I'm still gonna do it, Ben. Ben.
So Thrungi is going to stand there.
That is not the gatehouse. You would be outside the walls at that point.
That circle bit isn't a parapet of the gate.
No, that is, and I'll explain it now, that is the bridge that crosses the river that has been retracted.
Okay.
And that is where you know the sally port would come out of.
Okay. Is
The
Thrungi able...
wall is behind the torches. It is off the map.
So everything down there is at ground level.
Correct. This whole thing is water level. Essentially.
Okay, Thrungi is going to stay where he is up there for now.
So you're technically off the map. You're like over
Do
here.
it, Gethin. Be done.
Hold on. I moved the map. Okay, you are using reverse gravity once they come in with 100 feet.
It's a 50-foot radius. So I'm assuming the center of this thing is at.
Where do you want to center it?
In the middle of them. I think it catches all of them.
Oh yeah, no, he's out there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I had
they
that.
are-
Is she actually exactly there?
Exactly there.
Are you
She'll
actually
make,
exactly there, or are you
she'll
not
make
flying
it
over the
more
fence?
accurate. She'll make it more accurate. She's like,
So, reverse gravity is 100-foot range. 100 feet from where you are is there.
if you zoom out, I've made it a bit more accurate for now.
50-foot radius.
So you want to center it at 100 foot and then go from there.
I think that's my ruler again. Yeah, that's fine.
I think you actually need to be like twice as far.
That's 250 feet away.
Okay.
The ruler.
Okay, so you want to center that there.
50 feet of radius.
Entirely.
Yeah. Each square 5 or 10 feet.
Each square should be
Right.
5. Right. It's now properly lined up. So 100 feet from Rambear. It's taken from the center. Is there.
I can't see what you're doing, but probably.
It's fine.
Imagine I'm like beyond the twins now. I'm at Thrungi.
Don't do
I'm
that.
gonna try him.
Let's do it at a center square. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,
Wow.
45,
We don't-
50. That is your reverse gravity.
At 100 feet. I got one.
If I move you there,
12. 14.
I've actually given you a bit of extra range. Because that's 100
Oh,
feet.
When you say that's 100 feet there, I can't actually see what you're doing. The 100 feet is 20 squares, right?
That's 100 feet. From where
The
you
red
are on
dot.
the wall.
There is a measure tool, Emma. If you're counting,
Yeah, last time I was measuring it, it wasn't right though.
It's a set square. If you just grab it from yourself and pull.
Oh yeah, so it is.
I've given you
Although-
I've given you like 115 foot range.
although the measure tool only really works on horizontal and verticals, because it just says that diagonal is the same.
Well, that is how D&D technically works.
But you don't allow it.
I don't allow it when it comes to vertical. Yeah, it gets weirder. Anyway, that is
Yes,
what
that's-
100 foot gets you for the purposes of this. So
Would you do it then, or would you wait until they're all closer? Is the question.
I'd wait until they're all closer.
okay.
Also, would tell other people what I'm doing now, because at this point I'm worried Thrungi's just gonna jump down.
Thrungi has a plan. They just need to come a lot closer.
Okay.
But he
Um,
has readied a crossbow to start taking pot
In that
shots.
case,
when they're at
we'll
100
leave
feet.
that there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
That's the last time I'm using this spell. I want it to be okay.
Can you not multi-select on these characters?
Nope.
Oh, that's
Can,
stupid.
because I accidentally deleted half of them earlier.
5,
You use the arrow with the loopy loop.
Ah, right, yeah, that'll do it.
Circle, yeah.
And he decides not to anyway.
This far.
I was already halfway through. At which point, more coming on.
Of course. Do these
because
manually as well. Dying.
I've got to bring them on manually and increase their size.
I don't know if you can get to them.
There have to be some for Thrungi. I'm not going to take that much damage.
But it is going to take them kind of out, which is cool.
Fun.
What I will say is I need to start rolling dex saves.
Please.
Your fast can disengage for you, I think.
And for the sake of it, there's also a few more of these that get caught because they come in. Since is fair. Cool, right, I'm going to roll group dex saves for the Minotaur skeletons. So, top 5, fail. Middle 5, there's one missing. That's a success for the middle 5. Getting there. Bottom 5,
They roll!
natural 19.
Damn.
With a +1 to dex.
Very good.
The bottom 5 fail. The back 4. What's your spell save DC?
15.
18. Was that cool? They fail as well. They got a 17. So, does someone want to put? I'll do it. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, that does work. Cool, but I can't. Then no. Flying.
All of them.
Flying. I'm also rolling for the giants. First one, fail. Flying. Second one, fail. Fail. Success.
It's a while.
That was nearly a nat 20, but it ended cocked. Fail. Right, so that's gone off. Anyone else holding anything while I ring all of these in yellow? The rest of them have all essentially, they started getting pulled and they slammed their axes into the ice and they managed to bite. And so they're just holding their kind of dangling, held on by their axe in the ice.
The ice is like
Are
completely
any-
frozen solid.
Yeah, it's not just a thin layer, it's a good couple of feet.
Are any of them within 100 feet now?
I mean, I've been pot shotting them for 200. I've got 240 foot range, so I've been pot shotting them like
Yeah, I have eliminated some minions
Okay.
already.
since outside of the map.
Yeah, exactly.
Thrungi's ready in his action just to take a pot shot when they're within 100.
I'd say they're within 100. Just
Then
about.
Then he's just slowly taking aim and shooting with his crossbow
At what?
at the skeletons.
Which ones?
Oh, the small one. Not the big. If
Technically speaking,
I actually want all the.
he's shooting at the skeletons, not at the bone giants. Does that help?
Yes, that does help.
I mean, the giants aren't within 100 feet.
The giants aren't within 100 feet, it's the other ones.
Technically
And they
speaking,
can't genuinely get closer at the minute. Okay. Roll me some attacks then, bro.
Yep.
Okay.
How many in total?
How many shoots can you make a turn?
Well, technically one with a crossbow because you can't use multi-attack.
We can
on
assume you found a second crossbow in the intervening hour.
it. Well, then yes.
Anyone
then-
else? Faendal, Balthazar.
I am still shooting.
Cool, make me some attacks at whatever you're shooting at.
I'll start shooting some of the big boys.
The big
So the
boys.
14 and 15.
Neither hit. Your crossbow shots slam into the breastplate and it holds and the skeleton doesn't seem to go down.
27 to hit. 13 damage. Oh, fire. An actual fireball. I'm assuming there that a 27 hits.
Yes.
13 damage.
Cool. That takes one. You see a trebuchet fire into this space, and they're not expecting the reverse gravity to work quite that way, and so it slams in, and then it was aimed at the one that's on the ground, but it diverts up and crashes into one of the other ones on the ceiling and just obliterates them. But then you look over and you hear it as the trebuchet that you had repaired, which had just fired, falls under its own tension.
Well, we expected that to happen.
Seeing this, this giant is not informed in time. This one isn't either, but these ones start diverting.
Is the one that's in the centre that's not circled not floating then?
He's not floating, but he can't exactly go anywhere.
Okay.
He's going to try, essentially, crawling forwards, but he's going to be making athletics checks to do it. 5, 10, 30.
Rambear MVP.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right, these 5 Minotaur skeletons, athletics check. 7, they fail. They move maybe 10 foot forward before being taken up by reverse gravity. And this giant... let's cut. Yeah, that's enough for him to crawl forward at half speed.
I can't roll well at the moment.
No?
There's 2.
No, I rolled a 7 and an 8 for a 16 and a 17.
Both of those do hit.
Cool.
As the skeletons that were making their way forward just get taken out by your crossbow. You don't need to roll damage, they are minions. As your crossbow bolt just goes straight through them, clattering the skull apart, and it collapses to the floor. Moving on from the other side. What does anyone else want to do? We'll be rolling initiative in a second.
Tell you what, they're all quite crowded. I might as well do.
Is that a giant wolf coming in?
I will tell you what it is in a second.
That's fine.
The furry friend.
What's my range on that? 150. Okay. Oh, I can reach everything. I might as well, with everything being so clumped together, do a fireball.
Where?
I'm gonna check some ranges because it's 3, 4. I'm going to do a fireball there, that red circle.
Okay. I will roll for...
That's 3 giants and...
these 2
all
Minotaurs.
Minotaurs.
What's your spell save DC?
19.
19.
Pretty high. Pretty amazing.
Plus 6 intelligence.
Now the giant skeletons. That is a failure for the one that is still on the ground. A failure for that one. They need a natural 20. Natural 19, -1. So
All
all three of
failures.
those giant skeletons take damage. You
Accidentally, I did a 4th level one, but that's fine.
2,
32 damage.
32. Thank you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was that 32?
32.
32, 3, 4, and 5. Why can't I do that math in my head? That's what it is. Bang. They get blasted. You see their bones charred black, and a couple of like elements snap entirely, but they're still fairly well put together and trying to figure out a way to move forward. Which this cylinder has a top, doesn't it? I would say they technically take fall damage going up that high.
But
well,
need
no, so it doesn't.
something.
The top doesn't count as a barrier. The bottom will
They,
take full
they would
damage.
essentially hover at the top, wouldn't they? 'Cause gravity would hit and then they leave and then.
Okay.
Like, if they were babies, they'd take like whiplash or something.
Okay,
But
fine. Right, at this point, I need all of you to roll initiative as one more giant
When the spell drops, they'll take fall damage.
comes onto the screen.
I'm
just-
just
Can't you just flip the gravity?
You turn it off.
No, just flip it.
No, you
No.
can only
You
turn
have
it
to-
off.
There's
Does
a,
that cancel the spell?
Yeah.
do you have to end the spell?
Yeah, I think that would be a little bit more overpowered if you could just flip it to the ceiling and smash them to
Just
the ground.
constantly be
flip it to
doing
the ceiling,
people like
smash it to the ground.
15d6 fall damage.
Yeah.
Be fun though. Want to see?
Yeah.
These aren't intelligent creatures though, so what I'm hoping is that they don't notice that all their friends are like 50 foot in the air. It's
They're
like,
not intelligent themselves, but they are controlled by intelligent people.
Eventually, they're so high up you just can't see them. So
It's like out of mind, you know. You're not looking up. You're looking. I guess they are looking up at the wall.
we're like a trash
It's
island.
fairly obvious when a bunch of giants start flying.
I just think it's super fast though. They're like.
How far do you move when you fall? 60 feet around or something?
I don't actually know much about full damage.
It's d6 per 10 foot, and you fall
Yeah.
60 foot around, I think.
Right. That's what I thought.
That's off the top of my head. I will look it up later. I don't really care right now.
100 foot high.
Wow, these guys are rolling very well on initiative.
Oh, we roll an initiative.
Yes, please. As I say that, I start rolling shit initiative.
This only lasts for 1 minute.
It's been...
We did 3
We're
rounds.
calling it 3 rounds at this point, yeah.
Sounds cool.
Oh, initiative. Well,
Ooh, jeez.
you know anything.
And I will now tell you what these things are. So, from the behind all of this skeletal mass, you see 4 large quadrupedal creatures, stripped of skin, innards exposed, bone, flesh, organs, viscera just dripping onto the ice. Long horns curl back across their forms as you stare down 4 grotesque, swollen, undead, goat, ram-like creatures.
Emotional warfare.
And I need initiatives, please. 25 plus. 25 to 20. Okay, 20 to 15.
18.
17. Not that it matters, I'm really far away.
That's too many. Sorry, Bryn was what?
18.
And Nyah was...
17.
Okay. So many people on my 20 to 15 track, it's unreal.
Oh no.
15 to 10.
12. Oh no, very bad.
Sorry, 10.
Okay.
12 was Faendal.
Yeah.
10 was Rambear. Balthazar?
5.
Okay. I need to very quickly just go. Wait. 3. Okay, first up is the white Kioxier. It is going to, well, its movement speed is 40. Since nothing is blocking it. It is going to dash to there. Following that, it is Thrungi.
Thrungi will just keep taking pot shots.
Continued at the skeletons, the minions. Cool. Make me 2 attack rolls. We're assuming you can reload this one.
One's a 19 and one's a 14, so they both hit. Oh, can I specify he's trying to shoot the ones on the floor?
On the floor? The ones on the floor would be at disadvantage at the minute. Every single one that's in the thing that's still alive is flying. You've taken out the ones on the floor already. Because those are the ones I was limiting because they were further forward.
Oh, sorry, okay, that's what I'll do then. So 14, so 1 dies.
They have, for the purpose of this, 1 hit point.
That's fine.
You hit them with a weapon attack, they die.
Cool. So 14 plus 9. So,
Yep.
And an 8 plus 9.
Cool. I'll start eliminating those at the back from then on. Are you staying up there?
For the moment.
Okay. Now it is this guy's turn. He is intelligent enough to know to not run into reverse gravity.
Is he though?
He is
I mean,
control.
it's not exactly a visual phenomenon. He might not know where the boundaries are.
I will remind you again. While the individual is not intelligent, they are controlled by intelligent spellcasters.
Yeah, but have you ever tried remote controlling something from very far away? Very
Known a
hard,
drone before.
like, you know. You might accidentally slip in, you know.
I kind of feel like it's roll a dice. Roll a d9.
This is
and
happening.
then it's
Accept it.
directly goes.
Nyah, what are you doing?
Something very stupid,
Do
probably.
you even notice?
No.
It's up to her whether she.
No, look, in my head, Faendal pointed at the twins and was like, unless we take them down, everything else we do is meaningless because they are reviving the thing. So in my head, it's okay, they're the top priority. So that's why I flew out there. So I'm gonna try and like dive down and kind of like do the thing where I go down and then go up quickly, so hopefully they can't hit me back. Kinda.
Specifically at the twins.
But specifically at the twins.
So what are you trying to do?
Trying to like
Dive
down to one of the twins and then dive back up. So kind of like swooping down and try and hit them as I do so.
Fly-by attack.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Niall's about to die.
No, you.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
God, okay.
Would they really risk shooting arrows that close to them?
It's not what's happening.
15?
15. Okay.
I'm really fast. I'm like,
Choose.
you know.
Do you want to take this damage or do you want Electo to take it?
I'll take it because then if I die, at least it can take my corpse back.
You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you barrel in and you don't even notice it. You slam into a wall of force at full speed. You manage to take the brunt of it as Electo pulls out and you bank away. But I do need... No, with that dexterity, I'll say you did manage to hold on to Electo as you are battered against an invisible barrier of pure magical force.
Probably should have thought about this, but you know, I got excited. Okay, that's not great. So I can't get to them.
And
basically.
what you don't see, because your passive perception is not that high, is both of them laughing at you.
You don't see.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing I don't see it, or I'd be killing them right now. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine.
Roll me a perception check for Electo.
Ooh, okay. Perception
Next
check
up is Faendal, but there's a lot of stuff before you.
13 plus. Which one do I add?
Perception is 6.
It
for
says
Electo.
it says it +6.
Plus 6.
Skills +6.
So 13 for the
19.
19.
19. Electo, I think we've established that you can talk telepathically. And he's a unicorn, Pegasus anyway. Makes you aware that there are currently some flying giants. Do with that information as you will. Moving on. It is now giants 1 through 5. He succeeded. These guys are still flying and trying to like swim in the air, almost like step in the air towards the gatehouse, but physically can't go anywhere. And they don't have ranged weapons, so they're just out of this. 3 needs to make an athletics check. Hit, and whoop! As he slams his great axe forward, digs his hand in, and his hand doesn't dig in, and he just, as he pulls his great axe out, he goes flying up towards the top. This one tries to skirt the edge, isn't intelligent enough. Dexterity fails. No, it's not actually their turns, but I'll come back to him. It is now this one's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. They are dashing. They're using their action to dash. They don't have an 80-foot movement speed. But at the minute, they've got nothing slowing them down. So then it is the other giant's turn. This one isn't even trying to circumnavigate. He walks in, fails his dex save. He gets... This is getting messy. In, and then is up. They have a 40-foot move speed, but because they're skeletons, I'm not giving them the dash action. Would I? I'm going to give them partial dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. After I've attempted to move all of the minions, Chris, it's then your turn.
So my initial plan.
He is able to get round because this river goes wider. Keep talking to me.
So my initial plan was to create a wall of fire on the side so that like it'd be harder to go around them. Kind of force them into the ring. But I feel like they'd just go around the fire at that point. Instead, I'm going to do something much funnier. Probably not as efficient, but I'm going to cast Bigby's Hand.
Okay.
5th level Bigby's Hand. Using lots of spells today. And first, I'm going to move myself more southwards. About here, I guess. It's about 30 feet.
Okay.
You literally summon a fist.
Nice. I think it's technically large, isn't it? So it's 10 foot.
That's what I've done.
Nice.
I'm going to put it there, and then...
Yeah. That's cool.
This is way funnier. I'm going to use Forceful Hand to push a creature.
Okay.
And I'm going to push the giant.
Okay.
So I need to make an athletics check. Contested athletics check.
Contested athletics. It is not proficient in any skills because it is a skeleton, but it does have high strength.
That's okay because so does the hand.
It's not as high as the hands. Oh, it was almost a 19 on the die. It is a 3 for a total of 9.
Mine was a 19 on the die.
There you
So
go.
it is push. I believe 5 times my spellcasting mod.
Hand attempts to
So
push a
30
creature within 5 feet of it. If target is medium or smaller, advantage. It's not. 5 feet plus a number of feet equal to 5 times spellcasting. Your spellcasting ability. So 35 feet.
Giant 9 is pushed solidly into the center.
Deck save. Nope.
And I believe I've got to assume the hand goes with it.
The hand. It doesn't say does it. I imagine it more like it's like a open palm shove into it.
Yeah, just like slaps it.
I will give you the choice whether you want it to stay there or move in.
Hand is staying here because I am going to keep doing that. Just
Okay.
pushing things into it.
That was cool.
And I think that's my best thing I've ever done. Teamwork, just thunk, thunk, thunk.
Yep.
Is it a bitch? Are you doing backhand or forehand bitch slap?
Full hand. Like, probably going around.
Rambear, your turn.
I'd
Outside
high
Rambear.
five Rambear if I just run 30 feet away from him.
Rambear is concentrating quite hard on this spell.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little bit worried about Nyah. Can Rambear see Nyah in the distance, or is she just completely onto us?
No, I'd say she's fairly obvious. It's a bright white horse, and you could make out the Halliwells previously anyway, so yeah, you can see her.
She's shiny.
How far away am I?
The Halliwells were out of trebuchet range.
Yeah.
So you were about 350 feet away when you hit an imaginary wall.
Not my best moment.
So it's going to take a few rounds, even dashing on a Pegasus, to get back.
Oh, actually, there is something I can do.
Only 2.
Only 2, yeah, fly speed of 90 foot dashing.
Fat horse.
This.
Yeah, round 2 you'll get on the map if you dash.
I have put Nyah an accurate distance away.
Oh my god.
I cannot see.
Oh, no, I want to see.
Alright, there
I
we
can't
go.
zoom out.
It is
my
very
God.
fun.
Someone take a photo, like screenshot of it, please. Rambo, what are you doing?
I think what you need to do is do a screenshot with the actual like distance marker as well.
That's what I'm going to do.
Sorry.
Rambear's gonna cast daylight.
Oh, it's only... Sadly, it's only 345 feet.
How is daylight not concentration? Wild,
It's
let's
not
do this.
concentration.
That's amazing.
I didn't realise. I was like, I can't.
60 foot range, 60 foot radius sphere, bright
It's not
light.
gonna be that far from us, but it's okay. It's like having a bit of daylight.
Roughly where? If you use the like comet shaped thing, I should be able to see your thing.
But what hobbit shaped thing?
Comet shaped tool, pointer tool, as it's called. If not, I can just draw.
It's a very good question. I hadn't really got that far. I'd love it to be 60 foot in the air, to be honest. That'd be quite fun, but
What, right above you?
keep it. Yeah. Like a little angelic halo. Aww.
60,
No, I think
60
just
foot
in
from
front of
you
the-
is direct, straight out from you is the exact outside of the reverse gravity area.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
back
that's pretty
here.
cool. I think it's okay actually. That
You-
covers the gate quite
You want it there,
comfortably.
and then 60 foot radius there?
Yeah.
Sure. This is going to be in yellow.
Just nothing but radiant.
We're going to... Yeah, what was that? 5,
Mark these
10,
spells as
15,
used.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's all bright light now.
Big.
Dawn has broken on the Citadel. Cool, that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Balthazar.
Can I hold a guiding bolt until one of these wolves or skeleton comes around the bottom side of the gravity well.
Range of guiding bolts 120?
Yeah.
I mean,
Can I reach them?
2 of them are in range.
Oh, okay. I
Do you
thought they were
want
just
the one?
outside.
Do you want the one that's kind of like powder white, like toxin, or the one that's like deathly grey?
Go with the grey one.
Deathly grey. Okay, make me an attack roll.
22 to hit.
I don't need to look at the armor class. That hits.
Cool. 15 radiant damage.
I've lost. There it is. 15 radiant damage. Okay.
That is my turn.
As it pours into its radiant light, pours through like its undead structure, it now glows up. Okay. End of Balthazar's turn. It is now the one that is dripping red's turn. Which just beelines through all of these. Like scattering some of the Minotaur minions out the way as it just rampages through like a wild animal. At the top of the turn, we are out of giants, but we have plenty of these boys arriving from the back end. And while I put them on, it is also the white one's turn. These minions are all coming in groups of 5, by the way, just for people keeping track. For whatever purpose. White guy. Yeah. It'll do. Move there, and as it passes through, it is going to, first of all, ram Bigby's hand.
He's an attackable thing.
Yep. That is a
20.
16 to hit.
AC of 20.
The ram doesn't hit, and then as it passes through, it kicks back with its hooves. Doesn't hit either. As it kicks back, it's too busy running forward to bother about that. That was just moving to attack, and then it moves 5 more feet. Thrungi.
He is going to change from taking pot shots to hitting red.
Okay. So his bloody, like it's snorting almost, like proper steam out of its long dead nostrils as it barrels forward. I don't know what the range is at this point on you.
95. I just checked from where I am.
Cool. So standard roll.
A 16.
16 hits.
Cool. And a 17.
Hits.
You and you. 4. 18 plus 8. So 26 points of damage in total.
Like it digs into what's left of its musculoskeleton and like stumbles it for a second. It then angrily like bellows or bleats into the sky before it moves another 20 feet forward towards you. Using its reaction. Anything else? Thrungi, anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you.
Sorry, that's all I can do from now.
Now the black goat's turn. It is going to straight dash 80 feet around Bigby's hand. That is the end. That was turn. Nyah,
Yeah.
you just beelining back.
I'm going to dash back.
Cool.
Because I don't know how to break a force field, so.
Cool. You're about 170 foot away from this battlefield at this point. Or from the gates, I should say.
Okay, that allows me
I
to.
think you're literally on screen now.
Yeah.
On the edge.
I'll move like.
Yeah, basically
There.
on the edge. Yep.
Woohoo!
And it's
I just went, to do some recon, guys.
That's
Useful.
I can hit you now, you're in range.
your turn. Giants 1 through 5. You know what? Let's make this interesting. No, that's even too far for that to happen. They can't do anything. There's literally nothing for them to do. Yep. So that's round. On your turn, it'll be round 5, correct, Emma?
Yeah, it's only been one full round at the gatehouse.
Grey's turn. Grey. Yeah, Grey is just going to move 40 feet, but attacking the hand on the way through. So it's going to attempt a ram attack first. That is a 22 to hit on the ram attack.
Cool. I need to keep track of the hand's damage now.
It has your hit points.
Yeah, no, I just mean I have to keep track of it.
27 bludgeoning damage.
27?
Yep, because it moved a decent chunk before hitting you. Can the hand fall prone? No.
No.
And on the way through, it also attacks with the hooves for a flat 20 to hit.
Damn.
For 14 bludgeoning damage.
So it's 41 in total.
Yes. That was Grey's. Giant 6 through 10's turn. 6 keeps moving around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45, 50. Give it a little boost. These are all stuck there. 10 heads straight towards the hand. Because it's seen the hand do stuff, it's going to attack it. As it swings its great axe at it twice. Dirty 20 and a 23. Um, 25, 31 plus
Dead. Hand disintegrates.
40 odd points of damage.
I swear to God, I am cursed to just not be allowed to have a concentration spell last.
You are at the minute, yeah. But the
I'm
giant
gonna push more things.
isn't going anywhere further now. That's the end of the giant's turns. Minions' turns. All of you are stuck. All of you are moving forwards. Which means while I do that, Faendal, while I move the minions, do you want to do your turn?
Well, I was gonna push them with the big bee. I forgot that big bee can be hit. I don't want to use
You know
more
what?
like expensive spells.
Might be worth.
I'll
to
tell
go
you
with
what,
the original plan.
Faendal, since they are now a lot closer, do you want to roll me a religion check?
Yeah. Sure. 21.
21. now that you're much closer, you can see these things up close, and you realise that they are not just undead. They are part something else, like fiend. And you piece 2 and 2 together about a prophecy from some randomer that you remember back in the Serenity Library that you happen to read, talking about 4 undead demonic creatures that can only be controlled by beings of the apocalypse, that when presented on a singular battlefield dispel death, destruction, and all manner of apocalyptic notions. And you realise that these things aren't just random things sent to be targeting any one of you in particular, but are engines of war.
Need to take them down. All I'm doing is all I'm doing for now is blasting.
Sure.
Just shooting grey.
Go for it.
See what else to do next round. 17.
17 hits. That is what it does. Yeah. Yeah.
$19 points of thunder.
19 points. Thunder. As you see this wave just blasts into it, and it shatters a couple of the back spines of this creature, but it begins to continue lumbering forwards. Anything else in your turn? If not, Rambear, you're up.
Nope, my bonus action has been taken away from me.
Rambear, you're up. Balthazar on deck.
Alright. So, seems like nothing else is really into my... Seem to have wised up to what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Everything
actually
is
Faendal
fine.
was just before 10. I will say, just as Rambear, your turn starts, the ballista on the wall all fire out and crash into one of the floating giant skeletons that's just a sitting target and obliterate it into pieces, and there's just a shower of bone onto the floor. We'll take out 3.
Okay. So, there's going to possibly regret this, depending on how much damage these things can take. Really. Gonna start concentrating on a slightly different spell.
You're gonna drop the gravity.
You drop
I want to
gravity?
see how much these are.
Probably.
Yeah.
They
That
all
means all my
take
minions are dead.
10d6 damage. Do you want me to roll, or do you want to use a digital roller?
No, you can roll. I can't roll the digital one.
6. 9.
I will let you
You
do.
can, but it's very, very, very slow.
Oh, is it for you as well?
No, it's fine for me.
12, 18, 24,
It's a
27,
fifth level fireball.
32 points of fall damage to all of them.
you.
That takes out him, because at the forefront he'd already taken brunts, as well as him. 32, he was alright. The rest of them all basically, you see like femurs snap, but they like continue managing to like drag forward as they literally, all of them are bloodied in that instant. They're all onto half hit points.
And then all of the minions are done up.
All of the minions are gone.
The
They
minions
just scatter across the ice.
Right. And as my actual, that was just me not concentrating.
That
for a
was
moment.
indeed.
Be like, oh, what's that over there? Ram is just like, huh? the goats. It gets a little bit emotional. Then is gonna cast favorite moonbeam at point.
Good old Moonbeam.
Oh, I can say it right. A.
At Grey. Yeah, they are. It's a 5-foot radius on Moonbeam. Isn't
Can
it?
I get? Yeah, I can technically get white and grey.
If you center it there. Why did you do that? You stupid.
Oh.
Stupid. No, it's not me.
Control that.
Control Z.
There is an undo button on the left. On the
Is
right.
You can just Control Z on this, yeah.
It's fine.
That looks smaller.
There we go. What I wanted was not erase. And 5. I don't want you there. 5-foot radius sphere centered on that point. Fine. There you go. Okay, can hit both of them. Con say we do it at the start of their turns, don't we?
When they first enter it and at the start of their turns, right?
Yeah, it's one of those
enters
that's.
the spell's area for the first time on a turn. Or starts
Has
its
it?
turn in there.
Okay, fine. It's one of those that often gets ruled as it's like it hasn't entered the space has been created around it. So
Exactly.
'Cause essentially you
However,
get double
I've always
damage.
played it. I've always played it this way.
con saves on Grey and White. Grey gets a 21. White gets
Okay.
6.
Okay, we got a save and a fail. Oh my. Sorry. Of D&D. I rolled all my dice at once, and all except for the D20 rolled 2s. I'm really happy with that.
Balthazar, you're up. Next.
15 full damage, halved to
7.
7, thank you.
15 on the full. 7 on you. These things are largely unaffected.
Yeah.
Balthazar, you're up.
Are
As
they?
these
They're
things
not
are getting
within
very close to the wall.
60 feet yet, are they?
Easily within 60, yeah. From you?
Oh, okay.
Okay, the grey one is within 60. The white is just about. Both grey and white are within 60.
I will switch to using Ray of Frost then, rather than Guiding Bolt.
On
You
grey,
can also move up and down on the wall.
you can get down to the
Yeah.
bottom with a dash. You can get out of the sally port. Is what I will say.
I could just move along the wall. Can I move myself?
Hey, you can move along the wall, yeah.
Or here's where the weird physics is. The weird dimensions of D&D. We are actually Balthazar and Faendal are the same distance away from white.
Yeah.
In fact, we're all the same distance away from white.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I'll target Grey.
grey, go for it. Make
I'll
an
just-
attack roll.
Here I am. The 13.
On grey.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit.
Okay.
You see it coming, and it just scatters off and just creates like shards in the ice that's already there. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Red one's turn. It has nothing to fight, which means with 80 foot, it gets to the gate and rams into the gate at full force. You see it slather, like slobbering and just radiating an aura of anger and rage. That'll hit.
Starlight Barrier would be useful.
35.
What was it?
Before its hooves against it.
Starlight Barrier.
The hooves, however, just clang against the solidly reinforced gate. That is its turn. Back to the top. White. Roll the con save. Of 18 for con. Emma?
That's her DC, I think.
Is on the money.
Okay, so half damage.
Yeah, I forgot my action.
16 points of radiant.
White dashes up to the gate, but has to use its dash to get there. How much damage, sorry, was there?
That was
16, half to 8.
How tall are these
radiant.
things?
How tall are they?
Yeah.
Think giant goat sized. So, taller than you at the shoulder.
So they're like 10, 15 foot tall?
No. Taller than Thrungi is at the shoulder.
Yeah, so with their head.
Goat head down here, full on ram.
Okay,
So that's
fine.
maybe 6, 7 foot tall. They occupy a large space.
Yeah.
Thrungi, it is your turn.
Cool.
As two of them are at the gate.
Thrungi draws his axe
Mm-hmm.
and runs along here. Oh, no. And then jumps.
Oh, not ideal for what I will gonna do.
Okay.
Sure.
To slash at Red as he falls.
Go for it.
He will also rage as he falls.
Sure.
And shocking no one, he is going red.
I'm not surprised by that.
I am.
I will say, Thrungi, you are almost forced into reckless, as the aura about this creature boils your blood and incites your rage unnaturally. The air itself feels hot about it.
16 plus 12.
That does. Is that damage or to hit?
That's the hit.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay. Uh, 5 plus 10, so 15.
Mm-hmm.
But the second attack is a natural 20.
Sure.
So it's brutal critical now is 2d12
Yeah.
for me.
Nyah, you're about to be on deck, just FYI.
You have no reason to go for that. You will be away.
Roll the dice and then add a d12. So it's 4d12.
I can get rid of a lot of them anyway.
Jesus Christ. 30 points of damage.
Cool.
That gives me 53 hit points.
Yeah. You slash into this thing and it like crumples underneath the weight before it like stands back up and begins to angrily it kicks out against you with its hooves in retaliation.
Rude.
Doesn't hit though. 2 and a 3 on the day. But also you can't occupy creature space, so I'm moving you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I did that purely for...
It is now Black's turn. It... Black can't do that, so... It will dash to get up. And be within the gatehouse. Thrungi, you begin to see, as I say, you felt the aura of this red one almost incite into your rage. You're also feeling touched, and you're feeling toxins and poison enter into your bloodstream. Your dwarven resilience is fighting it off. As the black one arrives, you feel like necrosis is seeping into your wounds, and your strength is being sapped from you, and you're beginning to actually start to see this black, white, and red aura begin to swirl and merge in together, like they are empowering each other.
Thrungi's just going to go, we need to kill these things quicker.
Cool. Nyah, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to. So Electra's gonna dash.
Mm-hmm.
So that I get to. Yeah, I can get to the gate.
Yep.
And then I will attack. White.
White, go for it.
Okay, so that is 24 to hit.
That hits.
And okay, so
Make sure you separate out your damage is all I will say.
okay. So that's 13 normal,
Okay.
and then it's 2 radiant.
Okay.
But also, because I just hit it and my sword was coated in the poison,
Correct.
it needs to do con save.
Okay. What is the con save doing?
It's a 13. If it fails, it's gonna be poisoned for an hour.
Cool. I'm going to tell you it's immune to poison.
Okay, that's great.
It's an
then.
undead creature. It seems to be unaffected by poison.
Okay, that's fine.
It did also succeed on the con save, but
Second attack.
it seemed to have no effect. Second attack.
Okay. 19.
Hits.
Okay, I'm gonna smite this one.
That seems reasonable.
So I will do the normal one first. So that's 14 normal
Thank you.
and 3 radiant.
Yep.
Well,
And then I'm...
feats, not there. Feats.
Yeah, feats. I also got some feats. Haven't smited for so long.
What level smite?
Where is it?
There, right there.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it
extra
at...
radiant damage, but an extra one for undead, so 3d8.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it at level 1, so it's extra 3d8.
That is correct. It actually isn't technically undead. It is technically a fiend, but it still gives you the damage, I believe, with smite. So.
19 radiant.
Ooh. This one is heavily battered, but still seems intent on causing chaos and destruction. As the radiant damage just is incandescent across its form, withering away its undead flesh and burning into the organs. It does get a retaliation attack against you.
Yeah, that's fine.
That is only an 18 to hit.
Nope.
And assuming it's not attacking your Pegasus, it doesn't hit.
No, yeah. Anything that goes to my Pegasus, it just goes to me.
Cool. End of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. It is now this singular giant's turn, because all of his mates died. Which marches 40 feet towards the gate. And I know things can't occupy spaces, but everything's kind of moving at the same time for the undead purposes. So, it is now Grey's turn. Constitution save. Failure. Make me that radiant damage, please, Em.
It's 13.
77, and it comes barreling forwards, mixing its aura in with its brethren. It is going to full-on ram into Thrungi, who is on the floor, at full chat. For a 19?
That hits.
For Grey. Great. Yes, 19. And if it's charging, it does an extra 2d8. 10, 14, 22, plus 6, 26 bludgeoning damage, half to 13.
Yeah.
And can you make a strength saving throw for me?
I can indeed. Natural 20 plus
Cool.
a lot.
Perfectly fine. You manage to avoid getting knocked prone, but as you look back up, its giant hooves come crashing down onto your shoulder pads. For 1 and a 2 on the dice, for 8 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 4.
Well, they got through my temporary hit points.
And Nyah and Thrungi, you now notice that all of these hordes are swirling and merging, and it is painful to look at. And you see the door itself, the gate of the Citadel itself, begin to creak and wither and groan underneath the tension of something so wrong and of the end assailing its form.
Thrungi yells up, "We need everything here now."
Giants. I'm giving them like a 10-foot dash because they're skeletons, so they're not actually dashing. That one can't get to you though, Thrungi, with its standard movement, so it's going to come and hit you with a great axe. Can't be bothered to measure. One with the great axe at you, Thrungi. 2 great axe swings at advantage. Natural 19 on the first, and a 24 on the second. These hurt like a motherfucker. They do 3d12. 15 plus 6. 21 points of slashing damage on the first.
Yeah.
And much lower on the second. 15 plus... No, well, not much lower. 19 on the second. Half both. As you roll.
So 40,
10.
so 20.
20 points of slashing damage is it. 2 giant things come crashing into you. You feel like one of your dragon skulls crack underneath the blow. And fall off your shoulder. That's Giant's turns. Minions! Keep getting closer, but don't do anything else. So, Faendal, while I move them, please do stuff.
I'm afraid you've asked for it, Thrungi, and you shall receive. You can have a fireball on top of you.
Well, they don't know the reverse gravity's gone. They're still going to go the long way.
Burning spell slots. I'll do a third.
I bet you're on that.
Fireball.
Centered where?
I am right. It'll be. It's hard to see the points, but it's hard to see the grid on the stones. So. 1, 2, 3, 4. That.
Okay.
Oh, slightly left of that. Oh no.
I assume you're hitting everyone but Rambear in that.
Yeah, Rambear's on the.
Yeah.
Rambear's 60 foot away from it.
Yeah.
Rambear's
Rambear is safe, the others are not.
And I assume that I saw that Nyah's smite was extremely effective.
The smite wasn't extremely effective. It was just, it did damage.
Oh no, it wasn't that radiant.
It wouldn't have been a vulnerability. It's not that kind of.
It's that the normal sword doesn't do as much.
Yeah, the poison did nothing. It's just that the radiant looked impressive because of the amount of radiant damage it did.
Okay. It's not a vulnerability.
No.
Wow, I thought it was going to be a vulnerability.
By the way, I've rolled a 22 for my dex save.
That's assuming it's a dex save. Hold on.
You need to roll. It's. I mean, do these things look particularly dexterous?
They look quick and are goats, which are known for their for their balance.
You know what? Then let's make it even better for everyone. I'll make it a strength save.
A strength save. Okay.
Do they look particularly strong?
They look pretty.
do, actually.
They're large creatures.
Oh, what am I doing?
Charisma.
Charisma. How does that work? How do I explain a charisma save? Peter. I think a strength save is best for you two. You two can. I mean, you can save regardless of what it is.
Yeah. So just make. It doesn't matter.
What are you making it, Faendal?
Let's make it.
Do it. Do it.
Let's. You're right. Let's make it charisma.
Charisma save.
Yeah, it's some burning noxious gas or something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
I rolled an actual 19.
You get the.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And, I thought you got a nat 20
Thrungi
then.
doesn't get it, but he succeeded anyway, I think.
Charisma is your best one, but that didn't.
What's your save with charisma? No, Bryn, you'll need to re-roll. Because you're assuming it was Dex, you rolled advantage. It's not advantage.
No,
now
you're alright,
charisma.
yeah.
I got a 14.
I rolled a 17 plus 2 to 19.
That is my save.
So Thrungi succeeds, Nyah does not. I need Electo to roll one as well.
Isn't there a thing with dex saves with Electo?
Oh, yeah.
Might be an advantage.
Mounted combatant features.
You changed it to charisma.
Yeah, but if it's not a dex save, it doesn't count.
Oh yeah, it's not a dex save.
Roll the charisma.
Oh my
The
god!
Giant. Natural 1 for -2.
No, nothing.
Wait, the giant has -3 space.
Yay!
Has
Where?
-3 charisma, yes.
Charisma.
It's a skeleton.
I thought it was strength. And I was like
Um,
confused for a second.
Grey fails. White.
That's
Charisma,
a
yeah?
lot of fixes, that's good.
Fails. Literally, they can only succeed on. Fail. Black.
I don't think you would fail on anything.
All
I
of,
also did this because I thought Radiant was going to be.
all of them
I thought it
fail.
was vulnerable to Radiant.
All of them fail their charisma saves.
That was an incredible roll of damage, though. I really wish you'd succeeded, Sarah. 30,
You know my saves always go wrong.
36 damage.
36.
I thought charisma. You've got a +12 to your save.
What kind of damage is it?
No.
Yeah, Chris, what damage?
I change it to Radiant.
You are going radiant.
I am going to go Radiant.
Do you have? How much do you have to expend to be able to change these?
I just get to do it six times a day. I think we decided. I don't have to expend anything. I just only get a limited amount. Changing the save, I only get to do once a day. Changing the type, we decided I get to do 6.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
I initially got to do them infinitely.
I mean, you still basically able to do it a ridiculous amount of times.
6
think
isn't
next-
ridiculous.
I think next time just do it linked with proficiency. You only lose 1, but it scales then.
It's the other stuff I was thinking of where you increase DCs and range. That...
I'm guessing it's linked with his intelligence modifier, but
We've decided to link it with intelligence modifier, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, it was 36.
I've taken my 18 points of damage.
How much do I do?
36.
36.
They are all still standing, some like coruscating in fire. Infuriatingly, because of their form and their
Yes.
influence on each other, it doesn't look like any of them are particularly weak. They all seem as put together as they were previously, but that has to have done something to them. It's just hard to tell which ones are verging on breaking down, because they all kind of look like they're breaking down and putting themselves back together at the same time. Now it's Faendal, so Rambear.
Rambear's gonna sort of go suit after Thrungi's like massive dousing at them to help out. It's gonna hit Thrungi with the moonbeam. I'm kidding. It's gonna try and hit red and white with the moonbeam.
Red and white. Moonbeam can move 60, can't it? Yeah.
I should be able to make it
Yeah, it can.
with these funky angles.
Wicked. Bang. Both of them make
And-
Constitution saves.
Constitutions.
Red. 18 for red,
The money.
and white. Natural 20.
They take. That's already half. They take 8
Okay.
of radiant damage, and I think that's Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Anything else?
that's it for this turn.
Cool. Balthazar, you're up.
I'm gonna healing word Nyah actually,
Okay.
because it's getting battered down there.
Elector also needs to take
15 health.
Oh yeah.
Nyah?
What did Electo save?
Elector did save. Elector got a nat 20.
Oh, cool.
Which, if I'd have kept it as a dex save, would have meant 0 damage to Elector.
Is that 15 heal?
15 heal, they said, yeah.
Wait, so how much was Electro taking?
Elector has 59 health normally. So
Nice.
Elector's on 41 right now.
Yeah. Cool. Is that the end of your turn, Balthazar? Any actions, movement?
Can I cast Ray of Frost?
Yes, you can. At which one?
At white. It's right in front of me.
White? Sure.
Ish. 17 to hit.
That's fine. Yeah, that hits. You're kind of having to lean over the battlements to get it because the gate is slightly recessed into the wall.
Yep.
And so you're kind of trying to lean over, so just bear that in mind.
17 damage.
17 damage. Oof. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
It is then Red's turn.
Question.
Yes.
Obviously, I roll a d6 twice for the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Does the crit carry over for the one hit?
I'm going to say no for now, but I'll debate it later.
That's fine. I thought I'd ask because we've never actually. Because A, I normally forget.
Yeah. Roll
and
2d6 necrotic damage anyway.
7.
Thank you. Since the aura is breaking down the door, you can see like it appears to be taking battle damage that it's not actively taken. The metal appears to be warping and corroding. The wood that is in the door seems to be blackening and sickening and starting to leak sap out of it. They don't actually need to be attacking the gate, which means it is going to unleash both of its attacks against you, Thrungi. Did you go reckless on your attacks last time?
Yep.
Cool. That is 26 to hit.
Yes.
With its horns just attempting to gore you for 11 bludgeoning damage. And its hooves come in with a 19. I think that hits you.
Yep.
The hooves are actually worse. 21 bludgeoning damage, half to 10.
Take him.
Cool, that is Red's turn. We loop back round to White, and as I said, you can see the door starting to corrode, and you're starting to worry. Insights, passive insights. Faendal, you begin to piece 2 and 2 together. They don't have any siege item or siege weapons because they don't need siege weapons. They have engineered creatures of destruction to do it for them. And it's at that point you also look further down the wall and you can see that amassing of skeletons on the southern wall has built like a full-on ramp, like World War Z style zombies just clambering over each other onto the wall. Yeah.
Repeat
Faendal, you put 2 and 2 together that you realise they didn't have siege weapons, and now you're realising why. They didn't need siege weapons. They had creatures of the apocalypse capable of doing it for them. And at that point you also look further down the wall and you see a horde of skeletons, just normal skeletons, having formed a ramp like World War Z style up to the top of the battlements, and you can see maybe a dozen guild members, Fidelis himself just standing there hacking them down off the wall, trying to hold the wall. But it does look pretty damning. And you know you need to hold the gate if nothing else. It is then the White One's turn. Nyah won't have had the ability to fly back up, so it's going to go after you.
Okay.
But it does. It has advantage on the attacks as you see the red aura about it just fill into its eyes and they glow red before hammering into you. That is a 20 to hit, which doesn't hit. It's actually a 19, I'm looking at the wrong one. And the hooves is a 21 to hit.
And they're
Just
like,
see them both come. As this thing tries to barry into you. Thrungi. At the top of your turn, a lot of shit is about to happen. First of all, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
26.
26. You feel the white aura of like toxic ash begin to like choke into your lungs. You cough it back up, and that dwarven hardiness holds on. You also take. You've been hit 4 times since your last turn. 5. You take 8 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
What's your relation of hit points to your maximum? Give me a percentage, roughly. Are you below half?
Yeah. What's your? No, I am literally on half. I'm not. I'm on 118 of 236.
Okay.
Literally.
Unfortunately for you, the wording is at half its hit points or fewer. You gain a point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
As you feel your muscles begin to sap of strength and decay as the black aura begins to clasp onto your muscles. And also, how many hit points did you heal Nyah for, by the way, Balthazar?
15.
15, yeah.
Okay,
15,
Nyah,
yeah.
can you take 7 more points of damage, please? As the healing was actually only was halved as you sent it out into this grey, swirling, misty aura, and half of it didn't seem to get through as much. It is now the black one's turn. Sorry, Thrungi hasn't gone. It was the top of Thrungi's turn that was doing all that. Thrungi, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm hitting red in the face.
Hitting red in the face.
Reckless.
Yep.
19.
19 does hit.
Okay. Second attack is a natural 20 and a 19.
Okay.
I am questioning my dice. First attack is 22 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it?
It does get its reaction in response to that first attack, which does hit you. Do the second attack though, while I just do its horns attempting to hit you.
But 29 points of damage on the second.
Cool. You hit it first, and it like instinctively, like a surprised animal, kicks its hooves out square in your chest. They dent inwards, and you feel the necrotic energy of the black aura seep into them for 13 total points of damage, halved to 6, 7, 6, 6.
6. You round down.
Yeah, 6 points of damage. And then your second axe strike comes through, and how do you want to do this?
I'm literally just trying to bisect it.
You...
Okay. Sorry, I just need to do something. Right, I need to remove all of my temp HP, take 6 points of damage, and then gain 15 temp hit. Sorry, I added the temp hit points, and then you told me the damage, so I took off the temp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just cut it in half.
You take the blows and you pivot back off. You power back off like a hunched squat into the thing and bring the axe up underneath where its hooves are up and just straight through its belly. You have rotted organs just splash over you in hot viscera as you carve it in twain, and you see the red aura just begin to fade as it lingers slightly. Anything else on your turn?
Thrungi just yells, "That's one, now for the rest."
Cool. End of Thrungi's turn. It is the black one's turn, which is going to move around slightly to target Nyah. It no longer can have advantage because the red aura is gone. So, horns. That is a 19 on the die plus 6 for 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You need to know that.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the hooves is a 16 on the die for 22, which I don't think hits.
No, that doesn't hit.
Is your AC 23 now?
Yeah.
Broken. That is the end of its turn. But, hold on, you do also take 5 points of necrotic damage from the first hit as the aura, its black aura itself seeps into you.
Okay.
End of that one's turn. Nyah, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the white one.
Sure, go for it.
It is 25 to hit.
That does hit.
And I'm gonna do it with another smite again. But first, the not 15 normal.
Yep.
7 radiant.
Mm-hmm.
And another 12 radiant.
How do you want to do this?
Woohoo! I will stab it through its chest, and then I will let the radiant energy flow through the sword until it kind of like just goes through it. And
Like, taking the blow from the black one, you drop to one knee and then just thrust up with your new saber underneath the rib cage of this white one, and it holds there for a second and it begins to like turn on you and stare into you, and you feel its aura condense around you before this radiant fire just engulfs it, burning it from the inside out as it begins to desiccate and fall apart on your blade.
nice. Okay, second attack.
Mm-hmm.
I will go for the black one.
Go for it.
Okay. It is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Nay. I'll do another smite. So it's 8 normal. And then I'll just put
You said black, didn't you?
yeah.
Cool.
It is 22 radiant.
This thing is it is holding on quite well because this one hasn't taken that much damage, but crack into it, you break a couple of things apart, and you think you tear a spleen out. You're not sure what organs are.
Can I, as I finish that, can Alexa kind of carry me higher on top of them so that I'm not in range for them to
We
hit
will
me
give
again?
you a purple ring to signify that you are out of their reach, flying above them. Because I believe he can then disengage is part of his things on that, isn't it?
Yeah, he can disengage for me.
Sweet, done. It is now Giant's 1 through 5's turn. It's just number 5, who heads towards the gate.
Mounted combat is OP. Mounted combat is OP.
Oh, really is.
That is just 5's turn. It is the grey one's turn.
Actually,
Um,
I change of range.
It has to go off Thrungi. No, it's out of range.
I don't think about that.
It is tasked, however, with taking down the gate, so it moves up to the gate to make a con save. Fails. Can you make the radiant damage, please, Em? But it will
Does it
still
need
attack Thrungi since its aura is there.
One. With
21.
damage.
Thrungi, it does get a crit on its horns against you.
Ow.
But it didn't charge because it didn't have that far to go, so it doesn't get that. 15, 26. 30 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 15. And
Yeah.
you are still within the aura of black for an extra 5 necrotic.
Yep.
As its hooves then come crashing down on you for 22 to hit.
Yeah.
$20 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 10.
Yep.
And 4 necrotic half to 2.
Yep.
And that is the end of its turns, which means its giant's 6 through 10. Nyah, would you have flown up high enough such that giants can't reach you?
Yeah.
That's fine.
My horse is so fast I can.
He's going to run up to attack the gate with 2 attacks. 1 hit. Actually, does it?
Misses a gate.
We'll roll a nat 1 on one of its attacks. That is 20. Doesn't hit. Adamantine gate, adamantine reinforced gates. So it like crashes into it with 2 attacks, but both of them seem to hit the adamantine bars and just ring off. These ones move in. 6 can't get to the gate because Thrungi is blocking, so it's going to attack Thrungi. Doesn't hit with the first attack with a 6, regardless of pluses. That will hit with a 22. 15, 21 half to 10 slashing damage from this giant great axe slamming into you.
Thrungi is definitely beginning to look a bit bloodied.
And 10 moves up as well. After all of that, it is the minions' turns, who I can keep moving forward because no one's killing them. But while that happens, Faendal.
I'm a blast. Elemental bolt at black. It's a 28 to hit.
These minions are duplicating when I move them, and that's terrifying. There's now double the number of minions on the field.
That's horrible.
They're just reinforcing. Sorry, what were you doing?
20 points of damage to black.
To black. Was that just an
I
elemental
will,
bomb, yeah? What type of damage?
We'll double check damage type because I think they have immunities, don't they?
They do have some.
Oh no, please no. Necrotic.
To black?
Black. Oh, who was doing necrotic damage?
From what you can tell on your positioning, seem to be fine. Anything else? If not, we'll move on to Rambear.
That's it. My turns are boring right now.
Doing so good. Rambear's gonna turn to Faendal and tell him that he's doing a good job.
Thank you. I'll move back up the wall a little bit.
Okay. Rambear, what do you want to do though?
Oh god, everything's moved a lot closer. I don't like this.
The gate has been structurally weakened, I will say.
Yeah, well, so I'd like Grey to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah. No, because it's now on its turns, it's not on your turns.
That's correct.
It's already in its aura. You could move it out of grey and onto black if you wanted to do that.
Could do that.
Or you could do a different action.
I think I'm just gonna do a different action.
Fair.
But I have this fun one that I really
Balthazar,
quite
you're on
enjoy.
deck.
We're gonna do. Well, all right. So obviously, I'm looking at things on the map in 2 dimensions. Do I need to add the 60 foot on of the wall?
There
onto
needs to be an
everything?
element of it. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna arc lightning, but that's only 30 feet range.
Yeah, you can't
I
arc
think
lightning
that's
this. I apologise.
That's okay. I can, however, wither and bloom, which is 60 feet. And I feel like
Black or grey?
Emma's got long arms, right? Yeah, we can focus this on grey.
Yeah. Which one are you doing it to? Okay.
We're gonna go for grey. Also, is that my speed?
No, you're fine.
We're gonna focus on grey and
Well,
what level I wanna.
they have magic resistance. So it rolled a nat 1. The other die was a 2.
Nice. So
Not
it
even going
has
to bother
failed.
asking what save it was. This was great, yeah?
It was a con save.
Can't save.
And I'm gonna do it. No, we're not. It's taking a battering. Fine. So with Wither and Bloom, I can invoke both death and life upon a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range. I think I can only actually get Grey in that 10-foot sphere, but I can also expect, if you'd like, a creature in that area.
You can't get Nyah, she's not within 10 foot of Grey. She's flown upwards.
Oh, well,
Only Thrungi is within 10 foot of Grey. Nyah flew up out of reach of giants, so she is like level with the wall at this point.
okay. Okay, if you would like, you can roll any equal to my. You can roll one of your unspent hit die, and you can regain a number of hit points. Roll plus 5.
15 hit
So
points.
What level are you casting it at, Em?
4th.
4th. You can spend 3 hit die if you want, Bryn.
Yeah, I'm spending all 3 because I was down to less than a quarter of my
And
health.
how much necrotic damage is Grey taking?
Oh yeah, sorry, I should actually calculate that.
It's 4d6 necrotic damage.
Q. Maker of spell.
Short rest.
15 points of necrotic.
This doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would have liked, though. This being
yeah.
seems to be of death itself.
Happens. Beam is still up, so.
Yep, Balthazar, you're up.
I'm going to cast Ray of Frost on Grey.
You know you do have spell slots.
20 to hit. I do. I'm just wary.
Faendal out here just going, oh, max level spells. Balthazar's like, cantrips.
Balthazar has used 1. He has used 1 of his spell slots.
No, he's used some healing words.
I've
in the
used
previous
more.
Fight. What are you
3.
targeting? Grey or black? Sorry.
3. Grey. For 20 to hit.
That does hit. Roll damage.
10.
10.
Damage.
Again, similarly, it doesn't seem to affect it as much as part of its fiendish nature that elemental damage doesn't seem to hurt it as much. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. And at Balthazar's turn, it is White's turn. You just see a couple of trebuchet shots come in at quite close range and wipe out a bunch of these minions. I can't remove them at this point, but like all of the 10 in the backfield just get wiped out by a trebuchet. White's turn. White is gone. Which means it's Thrungi's turn.
Does anything happen?
No, I was retroactively doing the necrotic damage because it should have happened previously. So.
Cool, I was just checking I wasn't taking any more exhaustion or anything.
No, you took 1 point of exhaustion for dropping below half hit points.
Oh, that only happens once.
Yeah.
Cool. Reckless into Grey.
Go for it.
You can delete Gethin, by the way, by doing like the clicking, like the lasso tool.
Yeah, I was using the lasso tool to move them and it was duplicating them, so I was just like, I don't want to use that anymore. So thank you for deleting them.
First, 23.
That hits.
Okay. I'm going to pump in one of my hit die with this as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is not great. It is only a total of 18 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
This time I will literally just take its legs off and then bury the axe into its head.
Beautiful. You just come running in and you're lower than it, so you can just like do a low swing for you, just as 2 of its legs go shattering out, it teeters over and you just bring the axe up over the top and bury it into its chest cavity and you feel something large and swollen just across the floor.
Before running to here.
Yep.
and hit in black.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. For 24
Hits.
and for 19 points of damage.
Yep. This thing's looking rough now that it doesn't have its brethren beside it. You can see its aura starting to like pulse and weaken and draw into itself. But it is now its turn. It does get a retaliation attack against you.
And it now takes 6 points of necrotic damage.
Sure. That doesn't quite kill it. The retaliation attack against you is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's just a retaliation of 7, half the 3.
Yep.
And then it does its full attacks against... It would take an attack. Yeah, it will unload against you. Did you go reckless?
Yep.
Cool. First one hits for 13 bludgeoning damage, half the 7. Second one with a 20 is 11 bludgeoning damage, half the 5. Oh wait, and there's 7 necrotic damage total there, half to 3. That is the end of its turn. Nyah, this thing is at death's door, but there are also giants heading for the gate.
I'll just go for black so that it's out of the way.
Go for it. You swoop down towards it, past the giant's axe, which is swinging towards the gate. You barrel roll out of the way and come in.
25 to hit.
That hits.
And it is 12 normal and 4 radiant.
How do you want to do this?
Woohoo! I will, because I'm sweeping down, I'll use the force of the sweep to decapitate him as I go down.
It is like danger close, like Electo's desperately wanting to pull up as you come in at full speed and just hold your blade out. And you see its head tumble before it gets like crushed underneath the giant's foot as it's stepping forward. His body collapses and Electo, like the G-force, you kind of black out for a second as Electo pulls up. But you do have a second attack if you wanted to do it.
Yeah, I will go for giant number 6.
Number 6, you'll move up. Go for it. All of these are bloodied because Rambear dropped them from 100 feet up.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
And it is 14 normal and 5 radiant.
There's 19 total. Cool. It's still up. And
I will fly back up.
cool. You'll fly back away from it using Electo's disengage. And 90-foot movement speed is perfectly fine. It is now Giant 5's turn. It is going to head straight for the gate, moving through its allies' space, into Moonbeam. Natural 7 on the die is going to fail.
Oh, points of radiant damage.
12. Thank you. Interesting. And then it's going to make 2 attacks against the gate. One will miss with a 3, the other is a natural 20, which it just finds the seam of the gate and thuds its axe in and wrenches it out. 4, 15, 20, 40, 46 damage. You see the gate just has a massive wedge blasted into it as this thing hammers away at it. The other ones begin to move in. 8 gets to Thrungi, 7 has to come around, 10 comes up. Oh, Jesus. 10 comes up here. So 8 is going to make 2 attacks against Thrungi. Uh, 21 to hit. And an 18. So only one hits. 12, 16, 22. 11 total damage. That's already halved.
Okay.
End of the giant's turns. The minions start coming in, and only like two. Jesus. Only like two can actually get to Thrungi.
Can they go through that bit? 'Cause that's the bridge, isn't it?
That's a good point. Yeah, never mind. The giants can climb it, but
Yeah, I
they
know.
can't. Which means they'll be coming around and can't really get through. They'll get through eventually. But that I'll move the minions while Faendal goes. The minions are really starting to clump up at this point, I will say.
Yeah.
Just duplicates.
I mean, it's gonna become a problem if they just keep duplicating.
Let's just keep duplicating. I'm gonna get rid of them. Don't worry. You do your thing. I'll move minions.
I was just gonna blast. There's loads of things clumped together, but then people as well.
Minions are ripe for area of effects. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Heal
Yeah,
people.
but my spell slots are not right for area of effects.
You have...
Um,
Okay, fine. You do you.
I am.
Rambear, you're on deck.
I am just gonna blast number 5.
Go for it.
Oh, gives a crit. Gives a crit. I love a crit. Nah. 23.
Hits.
Six 16 points of necrotic.
Perfectly fine. You see its bones start to weaken and crack underneath the weight of its just general existence. But it is still standing. Oh, yeah, that one did take movement damage. That's fine. Rambear. Things are looking desperate at the gate. You need to clear this stuff.
Yeah.
The gate will hold for a while, but it won't hold indefinitely.
Oh. I am just trying to double check conjured animals because the casting range. Then obviously conjured animals have their own. Work out. They can only be within 60 feet of me, or if can actually move. I've always assumed it was within 60 feet, but I'm assuming.
Nope, they can move. Some of them are at a point within range, and then beyond that, they do what they want.
Okay, banging. Oh, bah. I'd like to summon as many bees as is physically possible, please.
As bees,
Yeah, minions have like what, 1 hit point?
do you have a stat block for these?
I think I have wasps.
You have a swarm of wasps.
I think this is the. Where are you?
I will give you swarm of wasps for half a CR, or a giant wasp for half a CR.
Like. Yeah, I mean, insects.
You want swarms of wasps?
Please.
Okay, you can have.
Why can't I find wasps here?
There are.
Found swarm of wretched, but not in. Okay. Of insects, wasps. There we are. Okay.
You want 4 swarms of wasps, yeah? Or are you upcasting?
Oh no, four's enough.
4 swarms of wasps. Okay, what am I using for wasps? We use the leaf.
And moonbeam will disappear.
Okay, that's fine. Where do you want them taking out minions, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, swarm of wasps there. I'm not particularly fussed about range. Swarm of wasps there. I will say you can only get these 2 groups of minions in the 60 foot with your angle, but they can move later. Go for it.
Well, that's my. D&D's been pretty slow. That's my action, and as a bonus action, think probably good to use yeah, I'm gonna use Hawk. I'm gonna summon a Hawk Spirit Totem, which I have done before, but it's been a while. So the Hawk Spirit will allow me to grant advantage to an ally as my reaction.
Okay.
And we also have advantage on attacks, but...
Cool. Do you want to make some wasp attacks? Yeah.
So the wasps are... Okay, Albert ready. Oh, let's... Oh, nice. So I guess that group... in the corner of those 5, 2 of them, they get attacked. A modest amount of wasp damage. Let's see if it hits first.
Yep.
What's there? 3 to hit. Nice. That's gonna be... This one's a 10 to hit.
That does not hit, I'm afraid.
The next one's an 18.
18 does hit. This is for wasps B, as I'm going through labeling them now.
Nice. Minion rules.
So, roll damage first.
Yeah.
4d4.
44. 5.
5.
Damage.
You successfully take out this minion as the wasps descend on it, but there is not enough carryover damage to go on to the next minion as the swarm swarms onto them.
Okay.
C.
Alright. That's 18 to 21 to hit.
That does hit. Roll me damage.
My god.
Balthazar, you're on deck.
7 points.
Again.
Piercing
Takes out
damage.
1. I'm taking the ones closest to the wall out. And then D.
At 18 to hit.
That hits.
I would really not if this is below the average again. Oh. 12.
12.
Bad.
Still not enough to carry over onto another minion.
Ooh.
You have to roll
Okay.
pretty much max to carry over with the wasps.
Okay.
But they
Good to
can
know.
thin the herd regardless.
Get rid of Paul.
Balthazar, you're up. Thrungi, you're on
I
deck.
want to cast a tidal wave, please.
Jesus, I hate these spells because they've got such weird dimensions.
30 feet by 10 feet, which I think range draw thing is that.
Okay,
5.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I-
And up to 10 feet tall. Each creature nearest must make a dex save. So 10 feet. That's only 5 foot, so it would actually.
It would be wider than that, so it'd hit.
I'm assuming you're going to
6
do
as
it
well?
from the gate out, which means it will
Well,
hit.
I have to do it north to south in that direction. If that makes sense. It goes
Oh, you-
30 feet long. It's like a really skinny wave.
No, so 30 foot long is the long one. So you could roll it out, or you can roll it down.
But it's, okay.
Which way do you want to roll it? That's all I'm asking.
I'll roll it up and down, is what I was thinking.
Okay.
Like from 7 through 6, 5, and 9.
Okay. I get what you're trying to do. Doesn't quite work like that. You would want tsunami for that, which you can't get. Tidal wave is like a one-off whoosh kind of thing. So you could hit 5, 6, and... Oh, no. No, you could hit all of them. Never mind. With your positioning and Nyah is high enough. Yep, carry on.
Yeah.
Dex saves for all of them.
Yep.
What's your spell save?
DC 19.
Fail. 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 Yeah, they needed a nat 20, so...
I need to roll, Gaff.
no, you don't. It's positioned well that you don't have to.
That's what I thought.
19 bludgeoning damage, and they are knocked prone if they fail.
This
Yeah.
spell is ridiculous. But they are not prone.
Largeness doesn't come into...
Yeah,
I don't
that's my point.
It doesn't mention it, but... It
Feels
might...
like it should, but it doesn't, so they're all not prone. How much damage was it, sorry?
19. Just straight up bludgeoning damage.
I will say, Boom! 5 is gone.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang. Nope, you're fine. It's 7, 6, and 9. There we go. Cool. Anything else?
That is my turn.
Turn. That was decent. We'll book out to Thrungi.
I can't seem to select that red rectangle to delete
Okay,
it.
don't worry.
Which one? I'm going to move to here and hit 6 and not go reckless because I have advantage anyway because it's prone.
That is correct.
23 to hit.
You're going to do enough damage to kill it. It has 12 hit points, so...
Yeah, 14. No, if I roll a 1, I wouldn't because I only
Quickly roll.
I rolled a 4, so I did.
You just, like, you see it prone, you quickly run over to it, like the water sloshing about you, and just come up and just crack into its skull and split its face open.
Then I
7 or 9?
I go back to 9 because Thrungi knows if he goes to 7, he'll get attacked by 8.
That is correct.
So he hits 9 in the same thing.
You jump off, airborne, come crashing down onto 9, still at advantage.
Yep, for 22 to hit.
Yep.
And
Nyah,
that
you're
is,
on deck.
that is for 17 points of damage.
Still holding on. Nyah, you're up.
I'm going for number 7.
Go for it. It is prone, so you have advantage on the attack.
Nice.
Now would be a good time for a crit smite.
Either a 23
That hits.
or an 18. But yeah. Okay.
They're giant skeletons with like scraps of armor. They're not hard to hit.
15 normal
Yep.
plus 1 radiant.
Poison? It's immune to poison. Never mind. Sorry, should have checked before I asked. Second attack?
That is a 31 to hit. And it is 14 normal and 4 radiant.
How do you want to do it?
Woohoo. I'll just kind of slash at him multiple times, like back and forth, flying on Electro until he.
Just
I'm kind of like
carving ribs apart, severing its spine in multiple places before even like the necrotic energy that's trying to bring it back to form can't piece all of its pieces back together. Dope. I assume you fly back up?
Yeah.
Okay. Fly back up. Giant's turns. 9 is going to stand up and attack the gate. 2 attacks. Neither break through the very strong gate. Nearly did, but didn't quite. 8. 8 is going to attempt to get past you, Thrungi, by shoving you out the way so it can get to the gate. Can you make any strength check, please?
Oh, no, sorry, it's just a straight roll.
Surely you're raging.
Pardon?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
also got exhaustion. Yep.
Exactly. For 26.
26. Enough. It attempts to push past you and can't, which means it gets 1 attack against you. Which will hit 14 on the die plus enough. 23 half to 11.
Yep.
10 will move through its ally space to get to the gate. And make 2 attacks against the gate. Wow, you giants are fucking useless. 7 and a 3 on the dice. They're just hammering into this gate, and even though it is weakened to the point that they could even damage it at all, it is still hardy enough and made of adamantine that it just can't break through. That is the giants. We're now on to the minions, which are going to gang up on these swarms, or these ones are anyway. You doesn't get in. They run up here. Move in. Move in. Move in. Move in. Don't get in. Don't get in. Move in. Move in. Move in. Right. So, 3 are making a group attack against Swarm A. It makes a great axe group attack for a 14 to hit.
It's 12.
Cool. It takes 12 slashing damage. And the gore attack is even more to hit, so it takes another 12 piercing damage.
Yeah, that is all halved.
Oh, because of swarms, yeah. The other one, that was 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it gets plus 10 to hit with the great axe for a 26. And 16 slashing damage, half to 8. And the gore attack is a 16 to hit.
Does it?
For another 16, half to 8 on B. We have 3 attacking C for plus 9 to hit. For an 18, so it takes 12, half to 6. And another 3 gore for another 12, half to 6. And then 4 attacking D for 10. 28, so 16, half to 8. And a natural 20, minions can't crit. So for another 8. And that is the minions. Faendal.
Alright. Blasting number 10.
Blasting number 10. 10 is, of all of the giants, the one least damage.
Blasting number 9.
Okay.
So 32 to hit.
Why'd you ask? It's more than double its AC.
For 21 damage.
What damage?
And that is a cold.
Cold. You send out this like needling blast of cold damage, and you just watch this thing get frozen up, and ice sits into its sockets, and it freezes still and stops moving dead. Rambear, you're up.
How is Thrungi looking from up here? He's looked better, right?
He has taken a shit ton of attacks.
Although, considering the amount of attacks he's had, it looks like he's lost about half what he started with.
What did he start with, though?
I don't know. He always looks pretty beat up, to be honest.
It's his vibe.
But us up here, we're doing fine up here, I think.
He does look like he's been through the ringer, but the question Thrungi would tell you is, does it make sense to heal him or kill the things that are attacking him?
Well, the question is really, can I kill the things that are attacking him? This,
What are you doing?
Instantaneous. Con save 18. I am casting... No, I'm not. Ah! I hate this distance, this wall.
You could get off the wall.
Yeah, I'm thinking now's the time.
I realised that Thrungi should have taken full damage when he jumped off, but nah.
My assumption was
Too
that
far
I
back
hit the thing, I kind of slowed my progress.
It's too far back now. What are you doing?
I'm there. Go down the wall a bit. Oh, okay.
You can go down the wall a bit, and you will lose sight of what is happening outside as you go behind the wall.
Oh, I meant the other way. Bad way.
You're not abseiling. You don't have the setup to abseil down.
You never seen a bear climb down
A
Fortress.
tree? Yeah.
Fortress. Fuck it. Would it be my movement to quickly jump over and
It
do a
would be
shit ton of fall damage?
5 feet of movement to jump to step up. Well, 10 feet because you're going to climb over. But yeah, not all of your movement.
A stupid thing to do. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do
cool.
it anyway. Kinda cool. Yeah. So Rambear's gonna do like a.
Make me an
One arm on the
acrobatics
side.
check.
Oh, don't make me roll dice for this.
This is to see whether you can reduce the damage. It doesn't increase.
Lever.
Doesn't increase. It's just to see because you are prepared for this fall. You are actively trying to.
It's an 11.
11. It does not halve it
Really
from
just
this side.
prepared.
9, 15. You take 21 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall, but you can then do action, bonus action.
I'm sorry. Wait. Bear is casting Blight.
At 8 or 10. It's a failure.
Huh?
It's a failure, whichever one you're choosing.
Oh, well, which one's looking worse was my question.
8, because it's one that's got stress fractures from being dropped from 100 feet.
Oh, wait, no. Guess I gotta do a thing.
Concentration check.
Yeah, we're good. We're fine. 11, right? That's fine.
Oh, how much damage did you take? 20?
Something.
20 something. So it'll be half that damage. Yeah, so DC 10. You're fine.
Okay, cool. Sorry, we can do the thing. That's fun. Yeah, so the one by the wall, sorry, that's 10, I think, is right by the... Yeah, 10.
Okay.
Is gonna take... Right, I'm just gonna get some...
Balthazar, you're on deck. You've just seen Rambear jump off the wall.
I could also just do that average, but that's not as... $37?
37? Nice.
So that's 37. I think it's necrotic down.
Yeah, it's necrotic. You see just elements of the bone begin to wither and corrupt underneath this assault, but it is still standing up perfectly strong.
And as my bonus action, I'm calling down my spirit totem.
Sure. Balthazar.
I'm not inclined to follow Rambear just yet. I will cast Ray of Frost again.
At?
Number 8.
Sure.
Wasps!
Ooh.
We'll talk about it
At
wasps
what?
now. Start rolling.
12 to hit.
12 to hit. Does not hit, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Wasps.
I'm doing great on the wasp. 8 does not hit. It does hit. Or... Sorry, 4 hits for... It doesn't transfer. B hits, the damage doesn't go over. B 14 doesn't hit.
14 does not hit, no.
And D is a 19.
That hits.
12?
12 does not roll over, I'm afraid. That. Another one down. Thrungi. Nyah on deck.
Gonna hit. Which one looks the most damaged?
They're both in similar states.
Okay, I'm gonna hit 10 first.
Okay.
Going reckless.
Mm-hmm.
30 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
15 points of damage.
Yep.
I attack him again. 16 to hit.
That does hit.
I rolled a 4 and a 1 on that second hit. But that is... Oh, no it's not. It is 16 points of damage.
Cool. And on their turns, remember to roll necrotic. Nyah, you are swinging up in the air. You are seeing 20-odd Minotaur skeletons starting to converge towards the gate. Some wasps doing their best to hold them back, and 2 giants are basically trying to take absolute giant swings out of the gate. The gate looks badly damaged and will not take up much more attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Giant 10 because he's the closest to the gate.
While she's doing that, Faendal, you are hearing shouts of battle, and they are holding the horde on the southern side, but they are very slowly getting pushed back. They need something or someone to take out the bone ladder, essentially.
Okay, so that's 15 normal and 3 radiant, 2 giant 10.
Okay. Still
And
standing.
I'll hit it again.
You come back in with a second pass as Electro banks for your sword arm.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
So it is 15 normal and 5 radiant.
You just come slicing in, your sword corrugates in just shimmering silver fire, and you just take it straight off at the neck, breaking its jaw in the process, and its head tumbles down and it clatters into stone beneath the gate.
Satisfying.
Boom. It is Giant 8's turn. It is going to take the attack of... No, it doesn't take an opportunity because it can move around there. Stay within Thrungi's range. And is going to wail on the gate. With 2 attacks. One hit. 23. 29. Not good. Gate is looking bad. But that's the end of its turn. Minions. A bunch of them are going to move around, seeing that their swarms are kind of taken care of. These ones are going to attempt to jump up. Yeah, they jump up, but it takes most of their movement to get here. And you move around there. Right, minions. We have 3 against A. That will hit. So, and another one will also hit. So, there's 3, 12 damage total to that one. Because it halves both. Back up to 12.
It's 12, okay.
2 against B. Will both also hit for a total of 12 damage to B.
I don't know why that keeps happening.
It's weird. It's fine. The ones at the bottom. Only 6 damage to C. And 6 damage to D. I've already halved those.
Yeah.
And then against Thrungi, there's 2 making 2 attacks. For a 22 to hit. So 8 slashing damage, half to 4.
Yep.
And the other one won't hit with it, as they both attempt to gore you. You see the gore coming and just drop below their horns because they're much taller than you. That's the minions. Faendal.
Is the situation on the other end of the wall looking desperate?
It's not looking desperate, but you're intelligent enough to realise that it can't hold forever, and there's a reason that not more skeletons are coming to the gate at this point.
How far away are they?
From you, 100 odd feet.
100 odd feet.
Under
And I can
200
see-
feet, I'd say.
And can I see the base of that ramp from here?
From your positioning and the angle, yeah.
Hate me having spell slots, don't you?
I'm just saying that you have a high enough perception to notice this.
Are there any siege weapons around us still? Or are they all like...
There is no way in hell a siege weapon could make that shot. It's at the base of the wall.
Yeah. Alright, I'll turn to the rest of them and go, can you guys deal with these minions from here? I'm gonna go help by the southern end. I'm gonna walk a bit, not too far away, just walk a bit. And fireball the base
Roll me the damage of whatever spell you're casting it at.
with a force
Okay.
to like explode it.
Yep.
At 4th level.
At 4th level. Roll me that damage.
All my 4th level's gone. Oh, that's a lot of ones. 28.
28. As a collection of bones goes scattering away, you see half of the thing just begin to crumble underneath its weight. And half of the skeletons that were climbing up one side just fall away as most of that base structure of that side is gone. It might take a small extra element to hit it at the bottom. Balthazar, you've seen Faendal head off there.
Quickened. Can I then quicken that?
I'd
Or
say you could have
quicken.
quickened the fireball, yeah.
And then can I just like take out the rest of that support with a bolt? Does it seem like a bolt would do it, or does it need like
It was how much
Peppering.
damage? 36?
28?
28. Might be tough. But it would get it nearly all the way there.
Yeah, I'll quicken it and do a bolt.
Cool, go for it. It's not hard to hit. You don't need to roll to hit, just roll me the damage for it.
Oh, okay. Does it need a type?
Type might help.
18 points of damage. And
Wasn't-
it is...
Wasn't far off doing it. Rambear, you're up.
necrotic again.
Necrotic, yeah. You begin to see it like eat away, and it's like it has like one central pillar left, like a Jenga tower at this point, that just needs someone to walk up and smash it through. You see Vidalis down on the wall, like parry someone. He sees the fireball, looks in your direction, doesn't have time to salute you, but you know he notices that you threw that fireball. Rambear.
Yeah, I think. Oh, we can use arc lightning. Yeah. But we're just aiming it at 8.
I was gonna say arc lightning against minions would be brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's like close enough. Sorry.
Each square is 5 foot. You can definitely hit the minions. You can
Yeah,
hit
I
the
can
giant.
definitely get the minions.
It's up to you.
Okay. Yeah. It is a nice little. Yeah, it's a nice visual. Let's do that.
Rambear just throws their claws together, like they've still got the metal lock-picking stuff on one arm, and you just see the lightning arc across it and out towards the minions. They make a dex save as a group. Nat 1!
Yeah.
You just fry these minions into ash, completely desiccating their bones till there is nothing left but black bone dust on the wind. Balthazar, you're on deck.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Arc
Lost.
light. Oh. I just wanted. So I wanted to use arc lightning on the 3. Oops.
On the 3?
So on the no, so the big guy.
Oh, just on him.
No, and the group here, like whatever was here.
But how many can you hit with arc lightning?
Lightning, I can. It scales, so
5.
D12.
5. Yeah, I wasn't trying to hit every single
Okay.
minion.
There would be 2
I want to do a bit
minions
of something
left.
to the big guy.
Okay, can you roll the damage on the big guy?
Yeah. So at this point, is this just going to be the D4?
Yeah.
Know how many were there? Okay.
Oh no, there'd only be one there because it was 5. Karen.
So that's a 3.
3 points of damage to the big guy. Okay. He seems largely unaffected by that.
Yeah, I mean, a little helps, you know. And just go ahead and word Thrungi. I
You
can't cast a spell.
Cast a
Ignore me.
Wasps, while you're rolling that, Balthazar.
I will just do another Ray of Frost at number 8.
Mm-hmm.
For a 20 to hit.
That hits.
13 cold damage.
Anything else you want to do?
I think that's alright. I'll just check health. How badly beaten up are people?
Thrungi, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'll hold off for now.
Okay.
That's it.
Rambear, how many hits? On an AC 16.
Yeah, so I have 2 for sure. A B and D hit. He did 15 points.
B gets 2 down. It gets enough carryover.
D did
the
literally
storms, the wasps just descend, and I don't know how stinging skeletons works, but it works. And 2 skeletons fall underneath the weight of these swarms. Thrungi, what do you want to do?
I'm hitting 8.
Yeah.
Reckless.
Mm-hmm.
30
Nyah, you're on deck.
for 22 points of damage.
Yep.
29
Mm-hmm.
for 17 points of damage.
How do you want to kill the last giant?
I literally just carve through its 2 legs, carve through kind of its shoulder bones, and then just axe into the skull.
Just the first attack just brings its chest down to your level. You jump up onto its rib cage, slamming your axe down into its shoulder blades, cracking them as the head starts to fall through its rib cage to the floor, and then you just bury your axe through the skull and crack it solidly through. Anything else? If not, Nyah, you're up.
I'm going to go.
You've not really got anything for taking out multiple people at once, do you?
No, not
Minion,
really.
minion rules, for those who haven't read them, allow for over attacks. So damage that you've dealt that is more than enough to kill one goes on to the next one.
Okay, then I will head over to
This is why you read minion rules when I tell you to.
horde.
Sweep through them.
Okay, that is 17 to hit.
17 hits, roll me damage.
Okay, that is 13 normal.
Okay.
And 1 radiant. Just
Sadly,
one.
not enough to get through to a second one. You needed 1 more point of radiant damage. So you've got to get over their hit point total to move on to another one and take one down. The second attack.
That is 25 to hit.
Comfortable, roll me damage.
So it's 10 normal, and I'll just use a small level 1 smite.
Okay.
$24 radiant.
So that's 34 total. With you flying through, you literally just drop your sword down, ignite it with flame, and just take out 3 of these creatures in one fell swoop. Giants are all dead. Minions' turns. Nyah is flying. They're drawn in by wasps. A is going to take. You're going to move around. And you're going to move around that. A is going to take 3. First one will hit for 6, halved already. Second one, so another 6. So a total of 12 to A. B.
It's down.
B also takes. B takes 16.
Down.
C with 3 misses on the first one. Second attack hits, so 6 to C. D has a 2, and D takes 4.
D is still there.
Faendal.
Cool. It looks really fragile, that
Yeah,
ramp.
it is like that one piece on a Jenga tower.
Magically failed. One at that. Two of the minions.
Sure. 2 minions that are nearby to you just explode outwards as you hit the center columns of their spines. Roll me the other one.
4.
4, exactly the right amount of damage. How do you want to collapse a tower of skeletons?
I mean, you said there's one support, it just knocks the support out. It's a big force blast. It's like defying gravity, all the skeletons just freeze for a second. It's like, you seen that thing where a slinky?
Yes.
You drop a slinky and the bottom doesn't move and everything else collapses on top of it.
The top doesn't move. There's a few more skeletons like clambering up onto the wall. There's probably about 20 skeletons on the wall at this point as they're hacking through. And the last few ones are clambering on, and then it just Wile E. Coyote style drops underneath them, and a couple more are left standing there reaching out and just this cavalcade of bone crashes onto the floor. Anything else you want to do? If not, Rambear?
Sit down.
You're just like, I'm done. There's not that many of those left.
I mean, no, it's an action, I think, actually. I have something I can maybe do against some, but I think it is... Yeah,
Rambear.
it's make a ranged attack, so yeah, no.
Yeah. Rambear, what are you doing? Balthazar, you're on deck.
Hands keep coming a lot faster than I think they're gonna. Wasps. Now I'm gonna use arc lightning at its normal level. I'm gonna try and hit many as I
I was
can.
going to say, if you move there, you can hit 4.
Yeah.
The one who's near Balthazar, Thrungi, fails, and the 3 with the wasps fail. So you fry a bunch more skeletons. Their metal armor plate
I
perfectly
bet it's
conductive.
cackling. Cackling while they do this.
Evil Rambear has happened. Emperor Baratine? Does that work? There's something there. As you fry these skeletons completely. I'd say their armor is extremely conductive and it just like jumps back and forth between them, completely frying them until they collapse to the floor. Balthazar.
Can the top group make a dex save? And I'll cast Sacred Flame.
Yeah. Fails.
DC 19. Cool.
What's the
They
damage?
take 8 radiant damage.
One of them goes up as its bones fall apart. Anything else?
That's it.
Thrungi!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can only get to there.
Don't you have 35-foot movement speed?
Oh, I do now, don't I? Sorry, I forgot. There.
I was going to say, 35 would get you there. I did measure it, so you can hit 3 at that point.
Cool, I'm going to try and slash through.
Make an
no.
attack.
Yeah.
Make an attack.
And reckless. Natural 20.
Roll me a bunch of damage. You are aiming for 29 to take out all 3 of them.
No. Do you want to know how much?
Kind of, yeah.
28.
Take out
Oh,
2.
that's so annoying.
As you just cleave through, and you get to the last one, and it just kind of catches your attack on its axe.
Second attack.
Second attack.
Hits. It's a
Hits.
7 plus 12.
Takes it down, and there's no other ones within your reach to power attack through.
Yep.
But you're like, it blocks it, and you just go, no, and you just like push past it, snapping the haft of its great axe as you cleave through its armor, just splitting its armor in 2. Nyah, 3 more on a cavalry charge if you want them.
Yeah, I will go for them. It is 17 to hit.
That hits, roll damage.
It is 15 normal and 3 radiant.
Your first attack coming in, you take 1 and follow through cleanly, just taking the like skull cap off a second one.
And I'll attack again. That is a 15 to hit.
That does not hit. Which means it gets to make it, it will, on its turn, move up to Thrungi and make 2 attacks. First one misses. Second one misses. Faendal. There's 1 left.
I'm actually... boop. Blast it with a beam. Doesn't have any immunities, does it?
Poison.
24 to hit. I'll roll just to see if it's a poison.
It would be funny.
Oh, can I just use chill touches? No, I've rolled for until.
You could take chill touch if you want.
I wouldn't. Fire.
Just in front of your face, Thrungi, this thing detonates in flame. Its bones begin to turn to ash as it crumbles onto the floor beneath you, and you just stomp its head through with your boot. And you have successfully managed to defend the gate, although it is heavily beaten in. But the gate holds. You have undermined the attack on the walls to the point that they will eventually push them back. And the 2 of you on the ground make use of the sally port to head back behind the walls before any other waves come. And the rest of you all convene on the top wall to look out. But we'll pick up from there next time, as we will see what comes next after the main assault seems to have been thwarted. See you later.